Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I don't know about that, but welcome to another exciting episode of Ringside Rants. I'm your host tonight, Phil, the Smarter Strong Style. And to my right, Mr. Josh, aka Bad Karma. And to my below, we got the Lord Cajun, Louisiana Champion of Music, J.A.T. Jordan. And below, we got the creator of this of Ringside Race, Just Mike. How you doing, fellas?
What's up, brother? How y'all?
What's going on, guys?
Doing great.
Yo, yo, yo. It's not crime time, but we're here.
Well, anyways, we got a lot to tell you about tonight. First, let's talk about the big one, about Julia getting squashed on SmackDown.
Hold up one second. Let's talk about that for a minute because I don't believe it. I know it was a squash match. I get it. But Chelsea Green has went above and beyond doing everything asked of her and then some just for that U.S. title run.
She's doing great. I'm not.
Dude, she got creamed on.
Chelsea Green one bit. I'm not blaming her one bit of this. I'm blaming it on bad creative with Julia.
I don't know if it's bad creative or she's just not over enough yet.
Because they don't show her enough. That's why. I didn't even know she was so frustrated with the creative. There's rumors going on backstage that that TKO says, "Okay, fine, we'll just strip you of the title then."
I don't think it's that. If you want my opinion on, all right, first of all, Chelsea Green, it's the second time holding the belt. All right. Second, the internet seems to think she's funnier. She's great, like Tony Storm. She's not all that at all. It's an irritating act to me. I think they wanted to put on her to generate buzz with the online fans saying, "Oh boy, we get to see the crazy chick" at the expense of Julia. And I don't like seeing Julia wasted when she's one of the best performers there is. So I don't think it was a Chelsea Green push or call. I think creative, like Phil said, decided to, hey, let's go with Chelsea Green. Let's shake it up. She's hot right now. People are talking about her, even though she's not that great. Versus Julia's great, and they just not sure what to do with her right now or give her a different character. I don't like the treatment on Julia, but I'm not going to blame Chelsea Green.
Me either.
But I don't believe Julia's over enough with the crowd to hold that U.S. title yet.
That's why I said they need to give Julia some character. They need to add to Julia.
Honestly, and all honesty, I as a performer, I like Julia. She's a great performer and everything. I think she should have stayed in NXT at least another year or two to perfect her character and perfect her English. I think that
she actually can speak English, man.
I mean, yeah, she can speak English, but she's like Asuka. She speaks broken English.
Yeah, it's hard for the casual fans to get. I mean, we're used to it, me and Phil especially. The casual WWE fan, that makes a disconnect to somebody like Julia, as great as she is in the ring, Phil.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I will never knock her wrestling ability. She's great. She looks great, but in all, I mean, they tried to give her somebody as a mouthpiece, and it was just not working.
And they put the wrong woman with her that no one cares about. That brings, if it was Paul Heyman, that'd be a whole nother story. Like I said, they should have done with Oscar years ago. They should have had a Paul Heyman girl, but you're gonna put a woman with Julia that you can hear flies when she comes out. The woman gets no reaction. It's not like when Andrade had the little girl speaking for him that could talk.
That was Zelina Vega.
Vega, yeah.
And you see a Stephanie Vacour, she oozes personality. She walks out, don't even have to say a word, and you know her character and who she is. She is the complete package. She is the complete package.
And she's beautiful on top of that.
Well, I don't call Julia ugly, but I just don't think Julia has a character for sports entertainment.
Yeah, I think they rushed her a little too much. She should have stayed in NXT for at least another year or two.
I'd say 6 months at least. 6 months at least.
I got a feeling that was Triple H saying, "Dude, Sean, give me Julia." Like while
Yeah.
I'm taking Stephanie, like we need these banger women up here. Like you're supposed to have it already. Send her up, please.
God dang, that's loud.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like but unlike Stephanie
And Road
Verkeer,
Dogs.
what Stephanie Verkeer is like, she actually is progressing.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
but she's such a
And
natural. I knew the first time I saw that woman fight, I was like, she has something that you can't buy.
Now this is just a.
My dad chose not to walk me
Shut
down the
up.
aisle.
There you go. Stupid phone.
but the thing about Stephanie McCoy versus Julia, and this is my personal opinion, Stephanie McCoy has a lot more English in her vocabulary than Julia does.
He
Number
does.
one, and number two, Stephanie McCoy is also used to the style of the sports entertainment. Hence, that when she came over from Stardom, she was already in AEW and she got to work some AEW matches before she went to WWE and worked that style. And she was also kicked out of WWE developmental once before.
Mm-hmm.
So she knew
Yeah,
that
she
style.
had a tryout and it didn't work out.
So she knew what that style was going back towards it.
That's
However,
that is a point.
However, her being back there and now she's taking over a whole different leaf and moving things over to where she needs to be. She stands out amongst the other women. The only other woman I can sit there and can compare her to, and I know this is a lot of people's hate, Charlotte Flair and Stephanie McCoy are on that same level.
Oh, that top tier level, Stephanie, definitely. But a lot of that comes from. All right, let's go back to the roots. Stephanie did fight in Stardom, but she's a CMLL girl. CMLL is more wrestling. Even it's a lucha promotion, but they are not the high flying. Every move is a gymnastic. They're more of grapple and real wrestling, and that is closer to a WWE style than a Stardom of strong style. So that also gives Stephanie an advantage.
She's used to both styles, from what I heard. She's used to both the strong style, lucha libre
Right.
style, and sports entertainment style.
Right, but she knows the sports entertainment style way more than Julia does.
Way
She
more.
can still make it look good too.
Yeah, and they both can. But Julia, on the other hand, she's learning as she goes. And then, like I said, she's just not over with the crowd as much as Stephanie is. Hence the reason why they're not putting titles on her. That's why they stripped her of titles. That's why they're moving things around on her. And I don't agree with the squash. However, I do agree.
I thought it
with-
just made Julia look like shit,
It really it did be like, we don't care about
It's
you,
just
you're
like,
a pawn.
what the fuck? Is Vince McMahon back or something?
It was they wanted a shock. They wanted to pull a shock deal over everybody. They were like, we're gonna use her to do this because Chelsea's internet hot right now. And they want Julia, you shut up and be a pawn. This is WWE, this is TKO. And I don't like it either, Phil, but it's part of the job, and it's probably the next. I'm not jumping subjects yet, but it's probably this is gonna tie in with our next subject very big about being a professional, doing the job, and not doing the job.
Yes. And I can say this about Julia: she's at least professional in her aspect of doing what needs to be done.
Yes. She
She's
didn't
being paid. She didn't cry about it. She didn't even go to the internet and complain or bitch or moan or complain, because there is no bitch moaning or complaining from Julia. Because, and truth be told, maybe Chelsea Green is over with the crowds. Maybe she is over with the internet. But
She actually did wrestle in Stardom. She's not a bad wrestler. She's just not as good as Julia is, though.
well, I mean,
She's funny, though. Don't get me wrong. I think she's hot.
But-
She's funny.
well, maybe they took this title off over to push Julia for the main event title. Who knows? Because
doesn't make her look very strong in a 2-minute squash to go for a bigger title, though.
I mean,
doesn't.
shit, they did it to Bianca Belair.
Yeah, but wasn't that a whole year later?
Yeah, but they built her
I
back.
didn't like that either. What they did that to Bianca Belair at
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
I didn't care for that.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about another one on the subject, when Charlotte went down NXT and squashed Rhea Ripley, who was supposed to be being built up, that was shitty too.
That was not a squash match, my good friend. That right there was a damn good match, and Rhea Ripley showed her ass.
Okay,
Dude,
but
Rhea Ripley pulled out all the bells.
Yeah, I watched that match, and it's like, and that was the COVID era shit. And honestly, it was a great match until the finish. I was like, wow. I was like, they're putting it on Charlotte? Fucking really?
Yeah.
Instead of building up a new star?
Yeah, the one person that didn't need it.
But it wasn't a squash match. Squash match, in my opinion, is
one thing I did like about it though. In your house, what happened to it was when Io Shirai. It made it better when Io Shirai, or now Io Sky, became NXT Women's Champion at NXT in your house. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, all these things that are taking place. Think about the bigger picture. You think WWE is just gonna squash her and then move on to the next big BBD?
They have history of doing that. That's the thing is I don't trust them.
Okay, if they do, guess who benefits? AEW benefits. Stardom could benefit again. CMLL could benefit if they let her go. I mean, all these other companies can benefit from it.
Look what happened. You're right. Look what happened with Toni Storm.
Yeah, they're not going to let Julia go. I think she's still in the middle of a long-term contract.
Shit, don't matter. If they let you go, they let you go.
They're not going to let you. I can almost guarantee the whole reason Triple H wanted her on main is because of this main roster versus NXT cage match coming up, the War Games. Can almost guarantee you that's why he wanted Julia on the main roster.
Oh, dude, Julia is one of the biggest pieces of that puzzle. I mean, Julia can wrestle her ass off. Everybody knows that. We're not knocking that at all.
My portion of tonight's program is brought to you by Cajun Sparkle. You can't get it from every Popeyes, but you can get it from mine.
Dear Jesus. Anyway.
That shit is great.
But anyway, Julia is and will always be a mainstay if they use her properly. This right here is a minor setback. I don't think that she's going to be going from out the main picture. Hell, it's the U.S. fucking title. No one cares.
Speaking of U.S. titles,
if it was an actual main event title, I'd be like, you know what? I see the point. But it's the U.S. title. This is the third person or the second person to have that title. It went from, I think it's the second person. Am I right?
Chelsea Green to Zelina Vega to Julia, then back to Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
So three people held this title. I rest my fucking case.
Oh yeah, here's other newest. Natalia Markova is now the NWA Women's Champion.
Say it, Mike. Say it, Mike.
That was not one of our talking points, Phil. What the fuck?
Well, not just that, but say it, Mike.
Breaking news.
No, not that. Not that. About No, Mike. It's NWA. Say it.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Thank you.
Nobody cares. I mean,
well, I do like to retire. She's paying tribute to Medusa.
Again, we'll talk about NWA in a minute because they got a lot of shit going on with them anyway. NWA, in my opinion, is bottom barrel. They're below JCW, in my opinion. I think Jumbo Championship Wrestling.
Damn. I don't think he's wrong. NWA is like they have to get on other people's. They are below.
They're irrelevant.
I mean, Wildcat Wrestling down here is bigger than NWA.
Why do you think Wildcat dropped the NWA logo?
Yeah. NWA and Billy Corgan's NWA sucks. But anyway, how about we move on? We were just talking about
their world champion is a former cheerleader.
We were just talking about.
I think Julia is hot, but
Julia doing the right thing, not raising hell. How about the two women in AEW that did the wrong thing?
Well, they weren't signed with AEW, but
it doesn't matter. That unprofessional as fuck.
Yes,
dude, they got so much heat and they even got death threats because of this shit.
Yeah.
Like, and they try to like kill the heat down by going to Twitch and going to Twitter, going on Facebook. I mean, dude, they went to every outlet they could to sit there and try to calm the heat down.
Yeah.
I will be honest. All I see is it hurting them. You know, I don't hate. I hate the fact that they didn't get to wrestle. I'm sorry they left.
It ruined it. It basically it pissed off a lot of fans too. You know, because they wanted to see him
Well, Phil just froze.
wrestle. You know, as a fan, because I'm a fan of Miranda Ali and Nixon Newell, formerly known as Tegan Knox in WWE.
Oh, dude, I think they're both great athletes, but all it did was hurt their stock by being signed to another company. Yeah. It really did.
That's like I think what's her name? God dang, what's Valkyrie? Valkyria?
Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah, Taya Valkyrie went off on did a rant about it.
There you go. Taya Valkyrie went off on him. It's like win or lose, you're supposed to be here for the fans and do your job.
Well, let's go over the details of this because I'm going to call her Tegan Knox because I don't know, and obviously no one else in the world is going to care about her name after this. But her and her real life partner, the other girl she teamed with, they're together in real life, were called in. It was thrown in for them to have a spot. You look at this as almost a tryout. They got a quick backstage segment. They showed up, and then they're being put in the ring. They were not happy because they were told they were getting less time than they wanted, and Tegan Knox acted like she's a big star, like she's bigger than what she is. They sandbagged a couple of spots in this match and making their opponents look bad. That is not something you want to do on a tryout.
They sandbagged Megan Bain.
Yes, they did that
on TV.
Yeah, that's bad.
You don't do that to the Megasis.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you do it to. You did it to a professional talent that you're supposed to be telling a story with in the ring. That right there is bad. Then the fit and walking out and all of that. Then you have two Japanese women who, not big names, anything like that. They walked right in the spot. Two ROH girls took the spot, did it, and was like, "Yeah, we get TV time." So they get commended because they handled their business professionally. While these other two girls pretended they were Mercedes and Naomi walking out. When I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Tegan Knox or the other girl are that good in the ring. I've never thought Tegan Knox was that good.
Tegan Knox was I just know the name. Every time I think about it, I think of who?
Who? Well, the thing about it is, I mean, and I hate to say this, I hate to play devil's advocate right here. It's the point to my point is this. Here you are, you have this television time, and yet you walk away from it, and you thought you were going to get more time, and yet you said there's no hard feelings between you and AEW management. However, there have been other things coming out saying that there is backstage heat, and they didn't have they're not contracted talent to AEW. They're independent people. Now, does that mean that WWE paid them to do this?
No, because
their career. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a bad look on any company signing them going forward.
Well, here's one more piece of news that we didn't talk about in this. Tegan Knox I'm gonna call her that. She has been complaining, out loud complained, and asked for a favor from AEW to hook her up because she said she's been having trouble getting bookings for the past year.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of trouble, why do you go and whine that you got an opportunity? That just bad all around, and I would not. Maybe some low-profile indie might take her. I wouldn't mess with the woman ever again. I would just say, "Be gone, bitch, be gone." Where's my spray?
Someone needs to tell her is like, you think you're Mercedes Moné when you're U.S. Special Delivery Jones.
Yeah, hey, right here, Josh. Bitch, be gone. Let's get some.
Get out there, wrestle, and go home. Here's a check.
Yeah,
she basically shot herself in the foot.
That's the funny thing. She didn't gonna get a check because she didn't wrestle. She didn't do shit.
Yeah, she threw a fit, and her partner now are going to be have that blackball, that blacklist over. I mean, if I was JCW, I wouldn't hire him. If I was CCW or the other one, what's the one you love, Mike? That's like them.
W.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch those women. If I was Billy Corgan, I mean, well, he might be desperate enough, but yeah, WWE.
I mean, he hired I mean, don't forget, it's Mickey as his former world heavyweight champion.
But WWE and TNA are not going to touch those girls. They fucked up with AEW. CMLL is going to be like, we don't want. Stardom's going to be like, you suck dick. I mean,
They're like, ¿qué? Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Muy mal. Adios.
Adios. Yeah, get out of here.
And the partnership automatically cuts them away from AAA. So they're pretty much cooked.
I hate it for them. I really do.
But they're more than cooked. They're roasted, toasted, and burnt to a crisp.
The duck has been burnt. They burnt the duck.
So, like OnlyFans, here you come.
I heard she's already on there.
I don't think they're gonna make any money there either because of death threats.
I heard that she already made OnlyFans.
Well, I don't think they're gonna make any money. Is what I'm saying.
Well, they thanks for coming. No thanks. You blew it. You're gonna be.
Apparently, guess what? Here's what I found out. What if you're gonna do your job? Apparently, Justin Rhodes, you're either gonna do your job or good luck on your future endeavors.
Yeah.
He basically pulled a John Laurinaitis.
Well, I mean,
to themselves, because she thought she was a bigger name than she really is. Delusion.
All I know is just Tegan Knox. I don't know what the hell she did in WWE.
I think she got to drive a tank.
I didn't really watch it. I never really watched her stuff in WWE.
I think she got to drive a mini tank at one WrestleMania.
No, that was Shotzi.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
Blackheart.
Yeah, Shotzi's awesome.
Yeah,
Shotzi Blackheart is awesome. Tegan Knox.
Never compare Shotzi to that woman.
Well, she's killing it on the indies right now.
Jordan.
For my next segment, I will put eye drops in live in 4K.
But anyway, so we talk about one person or two people walking out. How about we talk about the other person? I lost a lot of respect
for Miranda Alizé. I was a fan of her stuff in Ring of Honor, but she, especially for someone that was trained by Booker T, come on.
Well, what about the next person we're going to talk about from walking out? How about Andrade walking out?
Oh yeah, Andrade walking out on Crash. That was just awful, man.
Oh yeah, just to clarify, segment 1 with Julia. My segment was brought to you by Cage Sparkle. Segment 2, just now with the ladies, was brought to you by Advanced Eye Relief. It does work.
Man, don't even lie.
Available in all stores right now.
Yeah, we don't get sponsored by these people. We're giving them shouts out.
Yeah, we get sponsored by
W
Energy Drinks. Get your W Energy Drink at W.GG. Use our promo code Ringside Red, 10% off. All caps.
See, Josh caught on. Josh caught on. I was waiting for somebody to do it.
Well, I'm the only one that got some prop up.
The only one that has a prop up.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to catch on and be like,
But in all honesty, though, man, how do y'all feel about Andrade walking out? All he did was
I can understand why he's stressed, but you don't need to burn your bridges while you're going through a lot of the bullshit, that WWE's putting you through. Don't take it out on them,
I said this weeks ago. I've said this about Andrade is the poor man's Del Rio. Bro, I do not care. I put nothing past him. The guy does not care and has no respect for anybody. He bounces here. He bounces there. He tells this one to fuck off. He don't show up. He fails tests. Piss on him.
Well, first, I don't know the whole...
He really needs to take his own advice on Tranquilo.
All right, whatever.
You know what Tranquilo is. You're Mexican, Josh. You don't know what Tranquilo means.
I don't speak Spanish. No habla español. Anyways,
you make me sad.
Anyways, the way I see it is like, one, why did he walk out? I mean, did something happen, like behind the scenes, or was something with the promoter? I mean, first of all, I never even heard of this fucking place.
He's the fucking champion over there.
Okay. So, but what else happened? I mean, right now he got a cease and desist that can't be on AEW. Did he get a cease and desist that he can't wrestle
No,
here?
he can wrestle outside. He can get bookings only in Mexico.
Okay. So
Yeah, he can't work for Japan either, which is fucked up.
Okay, so my question is like, what happened there?
He showed up.
Something had to happen. I mean, you just don't. I mean, you don't just like, fuck it, I don't want to do this tonight and go. I mean, something happened.
He showed up. He did a fan signing and left.
Supposedly, he didn't like something that was going on.
Okay, well, what was that something? I mean, if I showed this something that hurt, and if I heard something going on, I'd be like, all right, fuck this. I ain't doing this tonight. Like, I finished my signing and I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Yeah, I mean,
you never know what actually happened. It's like, I agree. Should he have done it? No, but I'm asking a question. Why?
And I would love to know that answer as well,
So,
because no one has the answer to that question except for him and the owner or the / booker of the company.
And
if
we asked him, he'll probably say it's tranquilo.
It could be a work. I don't think it is.
Not a small time promotion. You're their world champ and you walk out and rob the people of the main event. No. And no, I've never heard of him either, Josh, but
yeah,
that's why he was allowed to do it.
It's in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Okay.
Mexico. That's why I found you.
All right. You got some acapella going on.
I was actually doing them. Believe it or not, as far as Disney movies go, The Three Caballeros, a lesser known one, actually has a killer real soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
It really does.
Donald Duck is the best character ever.
Yeah, it was his movie, and it's that era where you had. I know we're getting off track. It's that era where you had real actors like Peach. I always thought Peach Dragon was boring, and you had bed knobs and broomsticks. Those real putting the people in with the cartoons. But Three Caballeros, I love that one. That's all South American flavor. It's Donald and it's South America.
I don't know. I like the droopy one better with the bull.
Wait. Droopy is not a Warner Brothers.
Well, not Disney, but I'm talking about the old cartoons with Droopy, and he's over there playing the violin to try to get the girl. Like the guy got the one guy's like dun 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 dun. Then you go,
wasn't Droopy with Woody Woodpecker?
No.
No, with Tom and Jerry.
No.
Yeah,
no, Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Droopy was part of.
Hey, bub.
And Hanna-Barbera. What am I thinking of?
Hanna-Barbera.
Hanna-Barbera was Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera was a bunch of good ones. I mean, Wacky Races.
I love that shit, dude.
All right, we're getting on topic, guys.
Muttley was the best.
And I have to say this before we go any further. Congratulations, Josh, to your Bears, man. They did win.
Yes.
And we suck again. We lost again.
Oh yeah. By the way, Josh, how are the? Oh, by the way, I bet country's really happy about them beating Louisiana.
Oh, dude, that game was so tight for so long.
They didn't look very impressive considering we got a shitty quarterback, an interim coach, and supposedly no offense. Bama, it should have been 60-0. Bama ain't ready for that. Whether they're gonna have to go through A&M in the playoffs or Ole Miss before they get to Georgia, they got a battle.
I did watch a little bit of the Notre Dame and Navy game. I'm like, Jesus Christ, they're fucking murdering them.
Dude, and with that murder Navy. Dude, that snow, man.
Yeah, and that snow that was coming in, and it was like, oh man, that snow is on our way because it didn't even hit my area yet.
Dude, I'm talking. Homeboy got back 34-yard line, hiked the ball, threw the ball, touchdown. That quick. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. And I think that was what 35 to 10 at that time. Then we went up to 42-10, and then our backup running back, came in and walked the dog in for another touchdown to go 49-10. I was like, hallelujah, we have a savior.
Yeah, they waited too long for the LSU game to put old boy in at quarterback. They waited too long. But I say play him and pull Nussmeyer, aka Nutsmiler. What a disappointment. Pull that bum out.
All right. So what other controversies should we talk about?
We do have other stories. We do.
Well,
If we want to stay on the US title, let's talk about the man no one can see. John Cena.
Well, it was the Intercontinental title, but
yeah, it was
you suck his dick. It's invisible, but it's still there.
dude. I will say this: that match between him and Dominic Mysterio last night was really good. It had the what if moment. What if Dominic Mysterio actually beats John Cena?
Phil, he watched. He watched.
I did. It was actually a really good match. It was the first match of the night, and
damn, the one Raw I didn't watch, man.
the women's tag match was garbage. The Kabuki Warriors are your now new tag team champions, and they beat Charlotte and Alexa with the help of Nia Jax and somebody else from NXT.
We don't need the help with Nia Jax or anybody. Oscar and Kari's all they need.
That means they're heels.
There was almost an actual wardrobe malfunction from Nia Jax. Her boobs
Twice.
There was also
I know Charlotte's
and then she does this and then puts them back in. I was like, oh no.
Oh.
Well, I know Charlotte had a more wardrobe malfunction.
You
like
stop.
Following week.
Like seriously, Halloween was like a week and a half ago, bro. No, we don't want to see Nia Jax. Go.
How did Nia Jax have a wardrobe malfunction? She wears a bodysuit.
Well, she was wearing regular clothes last night.
Oh.
She was in the crowd, and her and that chick, Lash LaFlair, whatever, Lash something.
Lash
Legend.
whatever.
Lash Legend. That's her name.
Oh.
Came out and appeared.
Phil, I'm ready for Jun Kasai. I got my forks ready.
Well, I know. What was it?
Crazy Monkey.
I don't know. What's her name? One of the Bella twins betrayed Stephanie.
Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, betrayed Stephanie. After she saved her from being jumped by Roxanne.
Hey, they have Nikki Bella on a payroll while you've got AJ Lee in the cup. Get out of here. No one wants to see Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella. In 2025, Nikki Bella, daughter-in-law of I am Johnny Ace. I'm Lauren Giles. I wish you well in your future endeavors.
Who did Nikki Bella marry?
I don't know, some dude.
Just to feel the wrath.
All right. I like Wrath.
Yep,
That was Wrath.
Yeah, feel the wrath.
Former Adam Bomb Wrath.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Brian Clark, aka Brian Clark.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
he was on a winning streak until Nash ruined it.
But the thing was,
it was actually Goldberg that ended his streak.
Yeah.
Nope. No, it was Nash.
But as I was saying, I have no clue what the fuck I was saying.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we should also talk about the AEW national title coming up.
Yeah. We need to get to that.
That's what we're talking about. When we're talking about John Cena and all that.
Yes. John Cena, man. I mean, whoever wins the last time, whatever the fuck the name of that tournament is, also going to be for the IC title.
Which I spoiled that 2 months ago. I told y'all Triple H was gonna announce a massive tournament, and the winner was gonna get to fight Cena at Mania. And yeah, put the belt on. It's a secondary title. Put it on Cena. It gives a little more oomph to the match. Let him put over somebody on his way out. Go ahead, do it like he don't have to be the main event. Go for it.
You know, it'd be funny if the Repo Man stole something from Dominic Mysterio, his AAA title.
Is that guy even alive, really?
Oh, he's still alive.
He was just on the show for Halloween. What are y'all talking about? My
That would
buddy,
be funny seeing him troll Dominic Mysterio. He needs a good trolling.
my good buddy, Barry Darso.
Everybody loves Barry Darso.
Yeah.
I like him, even though he stole a quarter from me a couple of days ago.
He didn't. He technically didn't steal it. He repossessed it.
Bastard.
He repossessed it. He didn't steal it. He just took it.
What do
I
you
didn't
want,
steal
Dad?
it. What is he repossessing? What do I owe him? A quarter? What do I owe
Bro,
a
he's
quarter for?
He's the repo man, bro. What's his is his, and what's yours is his too.
Oh, stop. Give me a break.
Anyways. Next up.
And if you Google Barry Darso, the first thing you see is a picture of him as Repo Man. I shit you not.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
He
it's
was-
all downhill from there.
Well, he was way better as the repo. I mean, he was better as the repo man than when he was in Demolition.
He really was.
It's a shame
He
he'll
was
never get
stacked.
he'll
He
never
was
get
stacked.
inducted. He'll never get inducted because of the whole Demolition lawsuit.
Barry
Really?
Allen Darso, Minneapolis, Minnesota. 6'2" tall, which we all know he was a little bit smaller than that.
Oh, fun fact is that you can't find Pile Driver on CD.
Hmm.
I found it on tape, and I found it on vinyl. I have never seen a CD release.
I would have to log off, but if it exists, I have a database I could find it for you.
Well, anyways,
This guy,
Yeah.
what are we talking about? It was the AEW national title?
We were talking
Yeah.
about the IC title, actually. Who do y'all think is going to win the title? Like, who do y'all picture? is
Probably
gonna
Dominic Mysterio, most likely.
Win? He's
Well,
not in the tournament.
I don't think so. Not again. Not Cena's final match. Dominic's already over with the crowd. I would have to look at the current mid-tier list of people that's going to move up. Could it be Braun Breaker? Could it be a Braun Breaker beating Cena to call it quits? You know, to put him out. Could it be?
okay.
Well,
now,
here's
here's the question, Mike. Since we're asking about this, who's on the list in this tournament so we can actually guess?
I don't think they released the whole list. I think they give you a couple names or who's fighting who each night.
Mhm. So far, we've had,
And I
to
think it's
move
like
on,
20 men.
16. So far we have, moving on, we have Rusev and Sheamus.
Ain't
They were
either one of them. They've had their day.
And the next person, you got Zilla Fatu,
Possible.
and he's facing a mystery opponent next Monday. And Gunther is in the actual.
I'm an idiot. It's been spoiled already. Gunther. The whole plan was for Gunther to win the whole thing. I'm sorry.
You think so?
That was I told y'all what was going to happen. Triple H is going to announce big multi-man tournament on regular TV. They said the whole plan is it's supposed to be Gunther. I forgot.
What?
That was all 2 months
Not
ago.
on my watch, pal.
Well, he ain't here no more. But yeah, to put Gunther over like that, to send Cena packing, take him away from the main titles for a little minute. He doesn't have to win the Rumble that way. Give Gunther something to do on a kind of a 6 months to a year away from the main event scene.
He's
Yeah,
already held the IC title. He held it for about fucking 6 months.
yeah, but you
He
can
was the longest reigning Intercontinental title holder ever.
unless they
Did
changing
Oklahoma
gears.
start
Unless they changing gears. The plan before it was ever thought of that Cena would hold the title to go on was that Gunther would be the final opponent for Cena. That was spilled like either October 1st or in September when I found out about the tournament was going to be that was going to end at WrestleMania. The winner would get to fight Cena.
No, Well, no, Cena's last match is like a Saturday Night's main event. That's his official last match.
He's gonna hold the title, and they're gonna extend him to WrestleMania, dude. They're gonna do it.
No.
That's why they're giving him the belt. That's why they're giving him the belt. The plan is that he's supposed to make it to WrestleMania. I've known that. Even with the dates booked on television, I've known that. The plan is that he's supposed to be sticking around till Mania.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to be legit and pack his bags and go. He ain't gonna be like most of these other cats, dude. I think he's legit to his word. I really do.
Well, I was under the impression that the deal was until WrestleMania and that this was TV dates for this year he was completing. That's what I was told.
No, his last date is in December, and there is no future going forward with Cena.
Well,
So my question is that he never won the Intercontinental Championship before?
No, this is the first time ever.
Really?
yeah, it's the one. It's the one he never got. He was a tag champ. He was WWE champ. He was
title.
U.S. title. He was pretty much every major thing. Not a women's title, not a 24/7, but yeah, that's the one that eluded him. So they're giving him his final flowers, so he held everything.
Yeah, he is now a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, which in WWE doesn't mean much anymore because there's a million titles, but I mean the Miz is a Grand Slam champion.
Oh yeah, the Miz is wrestling in the championship tournament too.
It won't be him.
Wow, someone says Blood and Guts makes War Games look like a jungle gym.
I'm not gonna hate on those NXT War Games matches because those get pretty wild.
No, I'm talking about the current War Games.
Yeah.
Y'all heard about this is another something we didn't talk about. Y'all heard about Mercedes weaseling her way into the Blood and Guts match. Last thing anybody needed with her being the champ was to be in the match, but she insisted.
You really don't like.
I don't think she's done a War Game, so.
Well, for AEW Blood and Guts, she's got herself in there, so it's happening.
Yeah, well, because she's tagging with was that Athena? So and Athena got dragged into it. So
poor Athena.
Here's the 11 people so far that they have named. I can name a couple more people. You got Sheamus versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which Sheamus won.
Yeah, neither one of them are going to do it.
Damian Priest versus Rusev, and Rusev beat Damian Priest. Gunther, LA Knight, Bronson Reed, Dominic Mysterio, Penta. They have Drew McIntyre listed, but I don't know if that's going to hold up or not. And then you also got The Miz, Solo Sikoa.
He's a possibility.
And these are here just the people that they have listed. So we really don't have a clue.
About 5 of those guys have a chance unless in this whole retirement tour, has Cena got his match with Sheamus because he's wrestling all his friends? Has he done it yet?
I don't think he wrestled Sheamus.
All right, he did Orton. He worked with I mean it's pretty much been his call all year long. And he was trying to hit all his friends. We had to watch Brock again. It's all his people. If it's not going to be a Gunther or Braun Breaker, it's going to be a Samoan. Unless Cena picks a friend. That's what I'm going with. It's going to be a Samoan or it's going to be Gunther or Braun Breaker. And Braun Breaker would make most sense to me. But
Sheamus is another one.
That's a friend he has. Like I'm saying, if he hasn't fought him yet, maybe he'll fight Sheamus at the Rumble. Who knows? But I mean,
there is no Rumble. There is no Rumble.
Y'all keep saying that.
December is it?
I think Cena's gonna fight at Mania. I really do. I think if he wins that, Cena has the title, doesn't he?
Yeah, he got the Intercontinental title. That's it.
Yeah, that's how they keep him around.
All right, so here's the bracket.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna stay till he says he loses the IC belt, and that's gonna be at Mania, probably.
We'll see. I think he's gonna lose the belt at Saturday night's main event. But here's the bracket so far. First round: Rusev versus Damian. Rusev defeated Damian Priest. Sheamus defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. This Friday on SmackDown, you have The Miz versus Jey Uso. LA Knight versus a mystery opponent. And then the next Raw which is next Monday. You have Javon Evans versus Gunther, which we all know that's going to be a terrible.
Yeah. He's gonna get
Murder.
Yeah, and then you got Solo Sikoa versus a mystery opponent.
If I had to pick logically, I would go with Braun Breaker because the rub would be good for him. He's going to be the next big thing eventually. He's going to end up being the guy. He's going to probably if he's not in it, he might fight Brock at Mania. Who knows? Because there's talk about him beating Brock, but I think it's going to be Gunther. I don't think Gunther needs it. That was the plan before the title, or one of the Samoans to get him over to beat Cena. It's going to be something like, but. Yeah, I don't think Gunther needs it anymore. He's superstar status. Braun Breaker's trying to get there, and with Seth out, I would use Breaker versus Cena at Mania. Beat him for the title. Goodbye, Cena. Put over the guy that's going to be your champ in a couple of years. That's what I would do. I don't know if we're going to get it.
But people are saying it's going to be Zack Ryder versus Solo Sikoa, LA Knight versus Edge.
Edge.
He's still under contract with the AEW.
Yeah.
He'll be back one day for a cup of coffee and to get that Legends contract, just like Jericho. Boy, that'd be wild. What if Jericho was one of the was one of the mystery of wow. Wow, break the walls down.
It would be.
You know that's gonna be the biggest pop they could get today from a returning star, as you can call him washed up. Jericho with the countdown and the screen, and before he even breaks out the list, would be the closest you could get to a Rock Austin pop with who hasn't been in the company in a while, and that would be as close as you could get. And to recreate that first Raw when he came out, that would be your big Rock.
I'll never forget that. That shit was so loud. That shit was so loud that night. I was there.
Yeah. I had no clue. I didn't read the signs in the crowd. I had no clue. When the chicks dancing and then the Jericho name flipped and they popped, I went, Jericho? Mid-card Jericho from WCW. And then he showed up and I was just like, well damn.
I was there and I saw the signs, but when you watch it back on camera, you couldn't see the signs.
They hit him. They hit him. They didn't want to spoil it.
They didn't want to spoil it, but
what a reaction for a then mid-card guy. What a reaction.
It was so loud.
Opposite of The Rock. It's like, damn, what a way to push it. And I know he went down for a year or two and then get a major push. And then after the unified title, Vince was iffy on him. But what a debut for a mid-carder at the time.
Yeah. What if LA Knight is facing Joe Hendry?
I think those mystery opponents, I'm expecting TNA guys. I am. I'm expecting TNA guys.
Don't mention his name.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I don't.
It's gonna be a major people, but it's someone that's gonna take the fall. But
what if one of those guys happened to be Moose? How crazy would that be?
Moose taking on Solo Sikoa? That would be.
Just imagine like, or Hendry's a possible. Let's think of the big TNA guys that WWE would like, not a Rich Swann, the big guys that they would be like, yeah, that would be a Zack Ryder, like he said earlier. That would be interesting for one night off.
To have him. Cardona?
Yeah, that would be wild.
But the thing about with Moose and Matt Cardona, even though they're signed with TNA, they still ain't giving up their independent stuff.
All right. Well, we'll see the day WWE acquires TNA and they're like, no more independents to make money because you get paid like shit. We'll put you on the cut. We'll see who signs the full-time deals and who passes up on that WWE money, especially Cardona with his wife in the company. Cardona's always wanted back in.
Yeah, but he only wants in if he can use the Matt Cardona name. He don't want to come back as Zack Ryder.
I say in this era without Vince.
He did make an appearance in NXT for a couple times already as Matt Cardona.
I would say let him go with the Matt Cardona name. It's the Vince isn't there anymore. The Zack Ryder thing doesn't matter. No one, the fans that know what Matt Cardona does today are gonna cheer him. Let him be Matt Cardona. If ever Moxley went back to WWE one day, I think it would be ignorant to try to call him Ambrose. I would say call him John Moxley. I think it would be
I agree.
ignorant as shit to
And
go
even
back.
even when what's his name God dang it, what's his the other Shield guy,
Rollins or Reigns.
Rollins. Even when Rollins does comment back in the past, he refers to
Moxley is John.
yeah, as John. Is like even Moxley every once in a while he'll say it. He doesn't
Yeah.
call him Ambrose.
Yeah, it's the better way to go. It's the better way. There's some names. Okay, here's a good one for you. When all right, this is Vince's era. I'm gonna talk about Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Okay, when Scott got inducted into the Hall of Fame the first year, he was Razor Ramon. Okay, when Nash got inducted, he was not inducted as Diesel. He was inducted as Kevin Nash.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, Vince figured the Razor Ramon character was even. I mean, NWO, we all know biggest thing ever. He went with the Razor gimmick. For Nash, he did not, even though Diesel was world champ, lowest drawing numbers, all this book, he didn't go with Diesel. He went with Kevin Nash. So you can do these things where people can understand them and get what's going on. I think Scott should have been inducted as Scott myself. I mean,
Mhm.
Sean Waltman didn't go in as X-Pac or 1-2-3 Kid. Sean Waltman, I know he's never been put in as a solo, but he's in twice. He's in with NWO and DX as Sean Waltman. You know,
Was it? I don't think he was there for the NWO. Was he?
There he
Yes,
was. It was
yes.
Six-Pac.
you have to you gotta have the Wolf Pack. The original Wolf Pack was Hall Nash 6, and you had Bischoff. The four of them got inducted as NWO. No Paul White, even though he was around. Nobody else. Nothing like it was. Those four got inducted as the NWO because Bischoff created it. The big four, and people like to give Waltman. Waltman played a great role. He's a workhorse, but he was the slimy. I'll steal you. He was the little guy behind everybody. Yeah, fuck you. Like the instigator. His part in the NWO and
The
more than
Chihuahua.
DX. He was very underrated. It takes a good, just like a referee helps to sell a match. Just like if you watch Curly, Larry, and Mo, Larry's the middleman, giving the reaction, selling what's going on between Mo and Curly. Six was underrated in the NWO. He's underrated as fuck.
And don't forget, you also had Just Incredible too.
Yeah, him and ECW claiming they always tried to say good friends with the outsiders, and using Hall's outsider edge and all. It's like, yeah, just incredible.
Hey, I love
Well,
Justin.
anyway, let's talk about like something else.
What a transition! Way to go.
Squirrel!
Dude, you don't like talking about the IC title? You don't like WWE, period.
Eh.
Well, let's see. We have one piece of news we haven't touched on for New Japan, and we have something else we're forgetting. One other piece of news that we didn't talk about, but I can't
We
remember.
haven't talked about the national title from AEW.
That.
Oh yeah.
That. Let's go with that.
So I have the most knowledge on this thing, and I think it's stupid that people in NWA are bitching about the title. I really do. And to quote Ango, I agree with Ango. I agree with Ango on a lot of shit, even though he hates us probably. But I agree with Ango on a lot of shit. And this one
Who?
is one of Ango,
Who?
the Ango show. He's really good. He even said that it is paying homage to an actual title that was actually debuted on that network.
Yeah.
I like the fact they're doing that.
Well, I want to throw a wrench in this real quick while you explain it, Mike, because then I want you to try to make it make sense to me. Technically, we have 3 lineages of this title. I'm not talking about under NWA. I'm talking about what that belt represents, what it stands for, the national title. The current one, if we're gonna pick one of the 3 companies that has the real lineage, y'all gonna hate this. WWE, of what it was merged into, actually has the lineage to one of their titles. So believe it or not, the closest thing to a real national championship is the was it the U? What I think it because they
It's
bought
the United
WCW.
States Heavyweight Championship.
The U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, because WCW took it over, was bought by WWF, WWE. So if we want to be particular, the real lineage is whoever's holding that US title today in
Wrong.
WWE.
Wrong. The national title in WWE establishment was in '63, and its lineage is currently represented by two belts: the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship.
Okay. Well, it's still tied to if anybody has the real rights to it. So technically NWA's one is kind of null and void. And Tony's, he's just trying to show off because they're on a Turner network, which I think is going to be hilarious if they get dropped by TNT, TBS, when they're going to have to change the names of those belts. The FX Championship. That's going to be hilarious if that happens. But he's trying to pick up on the lineage of the TV lineage and take it, and he's technically stealing from NWA and WWE/WCW.
He really is. And to be honest about this, it's really, 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 really messed up. We don't even know what it looks like. We don't even know what it's gonna debut at Full Gear. We know that
With the women's with the women's tag titles, which were just brand new announced. Wait, hold on. Listen, I'm going here with this. I'm going somewhere with this. Your women's titles are just announced. They're brand new. You're having a tournament for them. This national title does is take away the relevance of these new women's tag. You're saying that's not good enough. You're saying I'm going to introduce this too. We're going to have two brand new. You're splitting hairs on what you're trying to credit as valuable and turning them more into props. Somebody had the meme with Oprah. You get a title, and you get a title, and you get a title. It's true.
And before we even came on, dude, how many titles did I say they had already? 14?
A lot.
14 titles.
Let's go through the men's. It's like you got the heavyweight, you got the TNT, whatever Okada got,
Unified.
the unified title. And then you got your tag titles. Then you got your trios titles. So that's what that's 5 championships right there. I mean,
don't forget Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
I'm not including Ring of Honor. I'm not
Yeah,
including.
You got to.
I'm just including just straight AEW.
All right, now do the women.
Women is what? Just
4, 3,
2,
3.
Well, gonna be 3. That's it.
All right, so that
Honestly, in my opinion, they don't need this title. They don't need it.
and it was done already. This is the third attempt at a flop. I mean, if you watched, I was watching back. They had that Atlantic Championship, which was the purpose of the belt was to be able to be fought in other companies. Same story as what we're doing here. Then you had that unified crap, which that was supposed to be that again with a name change. You know,
Well,
that now we're getting a reboot of all of it again. What are we doing?
Like, we don't need it. We don't need it.
What are we doing here?
What are you gonna do? Defend it every time someone has a Gauntlet Battle Royal? Every pay-per-view, you have to defend the title, which is stupid.
That should be a television title. That's what that should be, and that's the title that should change. I said this from day one, and they've botched this. They should have those trios titles should be defended every show, and they should change hands like a lunatic to keep people interested. You should have a bunch of people. 2 weeks, this guy won it. All right, in 3 weeks, this team won. That should be any Saturday or Wednesday. Those titles could change hands to keep people watching.
Well, actually, technically, if you want to think about it, the TBS and the TNT, that is their TV titles.
Yeah,
that's trash because
that is their TV titles.
Yeah,
they
you're
never
right.
change hands though. They never change hands. Monet's held that title captive since she's debuted in the company.
Yeah,
It's going on over a year, ain't it?
Yeah, but she But if you count all the titles together in AEW and Ring of Honor, dude, there's so many titles.
There's at least 5 for the men in Ring of Honor. At least 5, not counting
Yeah.
the women.
Yeah, because you got the heavyweight, you got the TV,
Pure,
you got the tag team, the trios, and
pure.
the pure. Yeah, pure. So that's 5 right there.
Yeah, I
And
thought
then
they had 5 for the men.
on the flip side, you have a women's TV title, a women's tag title. I mean, not a women's tag title, women's title, and now you got a women's pure title. So
That was not needed.
the fuck,
That was
man.
not good. That women's pure title. I mean, if anything, I'd have gave him a tag belt. But yeah, really, another mid secondary, world title. I hate secondary world title. Like your big prize is supposed to be your big prize. When WCW had the world heavyweight, WCW had the best formula: big gold heavyweight championship, the U.S. belt, which was the number 2 belt, but it was a step down. But it usually meant you were destined to move up. Tag belts, the TV belt, and a cruiserweight. Cruiserweight. Before they added in hardcore and all that junk, 5 titles. There you go. The women's division never really lasted, but they had one women's title. That's all you needed. You knew who was where and who was. But this goes back to some stuff Country was saying. Tony Khan will never do weight classes because he likes the indie guys. He likes the smaller guys, and that automatically pulls Jungle Jack, Jim fucking and Darby Allen and all of those guys out of being considered big stars. And that's Tony Khan's biggest problem. He refuses to do weight classes, and you can't take a company serious when you've got Brian Cage standing in front of you in front of Marco Stunt. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And Marco Stunt is back in wrestling.
He's retired. Well,
Yeah, he got a job doing some shit where he didn't have to have action. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also shout out to Brian Cage on his recovery. He's having knee surgery, I think it is again.
Isn't it amazing that we live in an era where what just named
Jungle Jack, Jim Jack, Golf Perry.
No, the Marco. We live in an era where Marco Stunt has made more money and has more positions in wrestling than No Chin guy that they had years ago in WWE.
James Ellsworth.
Yeah, Marco Stunt has more of a career than James fucking Ellsworth.
Well, James Ellsworth.
That is insane. That is insane.
It is crazy. He squashed. Vince McMahon had him squash Asuka.
Who?
James Ellsworth.
Oh my god! I'm so glad I didn't have to watch that.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate you.
Hey, Anthony, what's up? Going on, man?
Going on?
Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah. Welcome to the Clown Show.
He's awesome.
But that's half of why AW isn't looked at seriously. You have no weight classes. If they would divide and he would put the big guy, if he'd put Brian Cage, MJF, Hangman, Lashley, all those guys as heavyweights, put the other guys as juniors, it would be taken a lot more seriously. And you'd say, okay, this could be a flippity floppity. Oh, Osprey and all those guys could stay in the main event. But you could, all right, here's a flippity floppity match with some light guys. All right, here's your heavyweight. I mean, it's half the fucking problem is that you just don't have weight classes. You can't take somebody seriously in combat sports if you don't have weight classes.
I mean, every so often it's like it's okay to have the little guy overcome the big guy, but not every.
Well, back to WCW and even WWE. Kevin Nash versus Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is not a joke. We've all known that. Rey is a pioneer and a legend. Helped break the business for people smaller like Bryan Danielson. All of that. Rey Mysterio, but is also a once in a generation talent. But yeah, you have Rey go against Nash, and Nash is like, I'm going to put him over. You know, that makes sense. Or against the Giant. You don't do it every time. You're right.
What happened?
And what Anthony just said is very true. He's 100% on the money. Tony Khan wants to be everybody's friend. And he's right. And that's not what you do as a boss. Because that's why Rusev Wine didn't want to do the job. That's why Alistair Black Wine didn't want to do. And that's why what's her face that we just talked about earlier? What's her name that went in there and didn't want to do the job and was whining she didn't get enough time? Tegan Knox. There you go. You can't be have this entitled shit in your company. You hired, do the job, and shut up. That's the problem. You be unhappy like a Brian Cage who should be pushed as a main eventer. Maybe he could work on his talking in his promo. But yeah, what the fuck are we doing here? You know?
I mean, there's so much shit, man, that goes on making a company, and but Tony Khan needs to stop pushing these little bitty, scrawny, crackhead looking dudes.
Yeah.
And no offense to Darby, no offense to Orange Cassidy, but dude,
Yeah, they're hard workers. I'll give it that. They fucking
they
work
work their
ass
ass off, man. But my God,
Those
man,
guys work their asses off, though, man.
I'm not saying they don't, dude, but let's call a spade, dude. Them two right there are not generational talents.
No. Darby's a punch it bag crash test dummy. All he does is I'm gonna take a beating because I refuse to do leg day at the gym. Let's call it what it is. I mean, Darby looks ridiculous. The first time I saw him, I just looked at like, bro. I said he's in the black tights. I'm like, bro, that guy has no legs. You expect me to take this guy seriously with a John Moxley who's an average size wrestler or an MJF or anything like that? The first time I saw Sammy Guevara, I was impressed. I said he's cruiserweight material. He's got the attitude. I said that could be your next Sean Waltman. I said he's got the attitude. He's a prick. He's like Spanish. I was like this guy. And Jericho took him by the arm in a heartbeat. He saw the talent that guy had.
Yeah.
He saw it. And I was like, this guy would be your, or and at the time, TBS title. I was like, that's your guy. Not Jungle Jack Jim swinging dick fucking Perry.
Will you
And,
stop?
and fucking Darby. I was like, Sammy Guevara. I'm like, he is your poster boy for that, for your middle class division, for your middleweight division. You know?
Yeah, he's a big Darby fan too, and he's afraid the way he wrestles is going to cause him to do what Jeff did when TNA, who was,
Oh, Darby, yeah, 100%. That dude, if he don't chill out in the next 5 to 6 years, that dude's gonna break a record for being in a chair from wrestling. Like the shit he's taking is insane.
Look at these motherfuckers. Look at you, Devin.
Well, what's up, Big Dev?
Look at these motherfuckers. Look at
We-
you, motherfucker.
We had a bunch of WWE talk earlier, man. You missed out on some news.
Do I think Daniel Garcia is a bad fit to the Death Riders? Yes, because he's an afterthought. Anybody that's in the Death Riders that is not part of the original four, which I'm talking Yuta, Moxley,
Claudio.
Claudio, and Pac,
Yeah.
or Pac, whatever you want to call him, the bastard.
Yeah.
Everyone after them is an afterthought. It's just like the NWO. Anyone that comes in,
Honestly,
anyone,
Real wrestling talk, brother.
I'm gonna be honest. They just need to swap out Daniel Garcia between him and Yuta. Yuta is just so much. He's a good wrestler, but damn it, he's so much dead weight. He's so much dead weight.
He's
he has no charisma.
Yeah.
He has no charisma.
The problem with Wheeler, he comes from New Japan. He was a lion. The minute he got a chance, he just left and signed with AEW. He never learned how to develop a character. Now, in sports entertainment, especially a good company, you would work on that. But the problem is he never got a character. So is he a great worker? Yes. Should they have been developing him behind the scenes? Because I thought he was going to be the guy to turn. He would get the face pop. He would be the guy to go against Moxley and build him up and become like an independent guy. I thought that was going to happen 2 years ago. That did not happen. Wheeler, sadly, is becoming people looked at him as the next Shibata. The problem is, if he was in NXT, they would be developed. They would, let's see if we can develop a character for you. Let's see if we could get you to talk and do sports entertainment, which is what AEW is. People like it, love it or hate it. They claim they're fighting with WWE. They're sports entertainment. This is what we talked about earlier, where Julia isn't the biggest thing in the cup. She's a great wrestler. She doesn't have she wasn't taught sports entertainment, and you have to work on people for that. So there you go. Look, there he is. There he is, Phil.
But the thing is, like Anthony was saying, to be honest, a group like directors needs to have a refresh. But are there any young talents in independence that fit the aesthetic? Yes, there are. And I will tell you, to be honest,
I think Death
one of
Riders
them.
needs to die.
Well, yes, I agree, but
Run its
Matthew,
course.
but Josh will agree with me on some names I'm fixing to drop that he will say, oh yeah, 100% they fit the Death Riders. One of them being Matthew Justice.
Yeah. Yep.
100%. Josh Bishop.
Yep. That's another one.
There's two right there.
You could do that, and I agree with that. But the thing is, Claudio would have to turn. Claudio would have to turn into the face, and I can't wait for that. Him and Mox are going to be some nasty stuff. But one day it's got to happen. But we've got another guy who does not have the most charisma on the planet. I think Cesaro is one of the greatest workers there is. But the career,
He has natural charisma.
He's a great wrestler.
He has natural charisma.
I mean, that's why
Good,
Vince shut him
Devin, call
down for
him the
years.
Swiss Superman.
I love Claudio slash what was his WWE name? Cesaro. I've loved that. Paul Heyman talked about that. He was so sad that he had to split with him because he's like, if I could have had somebody in my company. And I said that's what should have been. I know Shane was around at the time, I believe, or maybe I'm saying that because he always wanted Vince to buy the UFC, which if Vince would have done that years ago, he'd have knocked out we wouldn't be looking at TKO today. But I always felt like let's go back to WrestleMania 31 or 30. 31. That was when Rusev had remember when Rusev had his big US title reign of terror?
Yeah.
I said that should have been Roman Reigns as a heel, and he should have had a 2-year run with that title when the people weren't ready to accept him before they even tried it. Reigns should have been in that position and could have beat Cena. But he should have been in that position. The main event, they should have had Brock and Cesaro. It would have been the most real fight you could have ever seen. You don't let them fuck up at the signing. They don't need to say a word to each other. You have them stare face to face that week before for the sign, no contact. And then that would have been, and Cesaro, who could legit pick up Brock and toss him like a rag doll. That would have been the closest thing to a UFC fight you would have gotten. And people would have watched for the spectacle. Neither one of Paul could have done all the talking. And Cesaro could have been a legit heavyweight champ that tossed Brock around.
Yeah.
Reigns would have been so over as a heel that you could have turned Reigns face after his 2-year run and not had to do the years of battling with the fans. The fans would have bought Reigns turning face and all that by that point. Vince fucked that thing all up.
But here we go again, talking about what shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah, but it's fun.
But yeah, but here's another woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda moment. During all this right here that we're talking about, now we have a really big ordeal in the actual aspect of AEW because now we don't have a true definitive world champion other than Adam Page. He's facing Samoa Joe again at Full Gear. For what reason? And then you also got another match between Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're running out. They're running out. This has been the problem since the beginning. And when I stopped watching AEW, I said, why is Tony not building main event talent? You should have 5-6 guys ready for in the future, or when someone gets hurt or you lose them, to move them up. I was like, why do we only have? And he keeps taking people from other develop your own. Okay, MJF was an indie guy, never was with a big company before. MJF is fine. They kind of dropped the ball on him recently and let him get cold, but MJF is fine. Hangman comes from New Japan. Yes, Hangman could be your future. Hangman should have been built from that first loss to Jericho. They should have done a 1-year build to where Hangman would have been the most over guy, cheered in the company the next year and became champion. That should have been an immediate focus.
They waited 3 long years to do it.
Yeah, and they fucked him up twice already. I mean, Wardlow should have, talk about drop the ball. He should have been from that build to where they knew one day he'd turn on MJF. He should have been cooking for 3-4 years.
Mox hates WWE. He's never going back.
Wardlow today should be a legit contender as a top guy moving into the main event. Brian
Where the hell has
Cage
he
was
been hiding out? No, did he? Oh, wait a minute. He got injured again, right?
yeah. Brian Cage, they've dropped the ball on, who's built like in what realm am I going to believe that 80% of the AEW roster could beat Brian Cage in real life or touch his face?
Or Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah. He's another guy. They could have built that. That could have been their Big E if they'd have gave him a little charisma, let him talk a little more, get friendly with the people. Eventually turn it, Darby Allen has nothing until the day they decide he's got to go heel and emo and just go heel on there because he has nothing left in his career. That's gonna be his only move eventually, and then eventually they turn him face. Then he's in a wheelchair before 40. That's all Darby Allen has. I mean, he's unbelievable. Luchasaurus, maybe not the greatest worker there is, but I think he's all right. They could have pulled the mask off with the whole Daddy Christian thing and turned him into a future main event guy and been like, I'm not playing anymore. I'm not a dinosaur.
Oh no, man, he needs the mask. I don't know if you ever seen a picture of him without it. He is, yeah, he's got that butter face.
Okay, so well, let's give him credit. He realizes it and puts on the mask. At least he's self-aware.
Well, see, Hobbs and Brian Cage, I agree on what Anthony's saying. Now let's go back to his first step. The guy that should have been in the future of ECW when they brought it back was Ambrose. No, because whenever ECW was brought back,
He wasn't there yet.
he wasn't there yet.
He was in CZW during that time, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
Combat Zone as John Moxley doing.
Yeah, he was just starting out as an indie extreme wrestler. Like no, when ECW came back, Phil
I remember
Heyman-
it was awful.
Paul Heyman had it right. He was right. Punk was the guy you should build around. He knew it. He saw it. No one else saw it. And look what happened years later. Vince accepted it. But he was right. That horrible December pay-per-view where he wanted Punk to
How they
win.
drop the ball with Hook? I don't know.
Not yet. The I don't like his theme music. I think the theme music kills it for me.
I
I like his old theme music, but because of controversial shit they said, they're like, "Fuck you, we'll give him a different song." That's what I feel like.
Hook to me is too small. Like his ceiling to me would be ROH Pure. That's the style he kind of fights. That makes sense. But
He's strictly cruiserweight. He's strictly
yeah. But it's unbelievable that him and Brian Cage again. It's unbelievable. It's not Daniel Bryan versus Brian Cage. It's little bitty ass Cook with 2% body fat who's this big. Who yes, he's a great ground worker and grappler and all that, but him and Shibata like a pure style man. But anything else, Hook just doesn't line up to me, man.
And what you were saying about like the backstage area whenever they listen to Jim Ross or Jeff Jarrett, I think that Jeff Jarrett is there to cash. I think he's there to get a check.
Yeah. Finishing his legacy, get paid.
But because he's not going back to WWE, he didn't like how he was treated there the last time he was there. He tried to do the song and dance and do the little pony dance, and it didn't work out for him.
He's gonna finish his career out here while he can still move, and he's gonna become something big behind the scenes. He's gonna get like a massive title. It may be one day Tony Khan will swallow his pride and let Jeff Jarrett be the booker. Maybe that would be a big improvement without Jarrett to fight in the ring and give himself the title.
Oh, he can gain weight and become the silent assassin that his father was in ECW. I agree with that, but Hook is still in his younger years. What they should have done is kept Hook off television until, I don't know, 3 years from now, to 2028.
Well,
that's what I think they should have done.
I don't think with his build.
Damn, don't bury him like that.
No. I'm not burying him. Please don't take it that way. No. I think Hook should have been literally off television doing his stuff, honing his craft, doing the independence, doing stuff like Nick Wayne was doing stuff like Jordan Oliver, doing stuff like Blake Christian. Get your nose in the grindstone, man. Do the GCW shows, do the JCW shows, do the AAW shows.
I'm guessing that he must take after his mama because he's not built like Taz at all, and I don't see him ever getting bigger. he could put on more muscle or a little bit of fat, but I don't see him get. I mean, would we? I don't know the weight class in extreme or ultimate fighting, but would he be a featherweight even?
He'll be I think he'll be flyweight.
Yeah, I mean he's small. He does
Yeah.
he look like what the girls like today with his little cutesy backpack and I don't care attitude, but that's not gonna get you over in a ring, man.
We got
Yeah, he's
some
slow.
to talk about.
Well, I'm having fun talking, answering the questions that Anthony's throwing out here, dude. I'm
Yeah.
loving this shit.
Yeah, this guy's got a pretty good head on what's going on in the business here. He's not that's not exactly how it went. Or give him a chance, bro. Let it play out. You know, he's got some good points here.
Yeah. And like he's saying right now, that Triple H is doing with Braun Breaker. He's being patient. He's not putting a heavyweight title on him right away. He's slow burning it, which I agree in that situation. You don't need Braun Breaker to have the heavyweight title. Right now, you need to slow burn him until the CM Punk thing. Because you got CM Punk and you also got the other shit that's going on. He'll be in the same weight classes as Jesse Bam Rodriguez, who, by the way, is a great fighter, bro. Who is a great fighter.
Also, I want to get to the Okada returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
We need to touch on that. And one last piece of news. You're right. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
Well, anyways, guys, we should talk about there was a press conference. Okada returned to the ring. He wants to face Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom for Wrestle Kingdom 2020 January 4th in the Tokyo Dome. Right. And he says he's not coming back as New Japan Chaos Okada. He's coming back as AEW heel Okada, and he flipped everyone off at the press conference.
Yeah,
I found that funny.
Which this is going to be Tanahashi, who's the ace of Japan. He's the scene of Japan. This is going to be his final in-ring match, and he will. They're going to probably. I'm thinking at the New Japan the show after Wrestle Kingdom, the
Wrestle Dynasty.
No. What we call the New Year? Oh, New Year's, the New Year's show, which they do after, which is a celebration of the year. I'm thinking they're gonna ring the bell 12 times. They're gonna hand him his, Tana's gonna cry, and because in New Japan they have to excommunicate you from the ring when you retire. So you're gonna have everybody's gonna come out the locker room. The crowd's gonna, they're gonna do the official retirement ceremony. When this happens, you don't come back. So
John Cena.
This is Tana's final match. This is.
I would compare him to Cena or Hogan.
Not Hogan. Not Hogan.
Please don't.
Or Cena. I wouldn't compare him to either one of those. He's more like a Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels.
He has been compared to John Cena so many times because they're the same era, around the same age. They got in the business at the same time. They both carried the company on their backs when there was no other real top talent, when they both took over. I mean, Tanahashi saved New Japan from the brink of disaster.
That's why a lot of people compare him to John Cena.
Yeah, he is the one. I think it's a shame. I would have loved to have seen John Cena leave WWE and do one match with Tana. I think that would have been brilliant. They'd have shook hands after. I would have watched both of those guys do sports entertainment. I would have watched that. It's a shame that Tana can barely move. The knees are done, but he is definitely because Inoki is the Hulk Hogan. Antonio Inoki is the Hulk Hogan of New Japan. That's never going to change. He was the main guy. He was just like Jerry Lawler was to Memphis Wrestling. Just like, you go to the territories.
There was a WCW.
Yeah. Inoki is the Hulk Hogan of Japan. The Great Muta is the Sting of Japan. And Hiroshi
Okada's the Ric Flair of Japan.
And Hiroshi Tanahashi is the John Cena of New Japan. He is.
And I'm going to say this. Like I said, Okada is the Ric Flair of Japan. That's why he's playing the heel.
The ring.
That's not a bad comparison when you think about it. I've never looked at it like that, but the Rainmaker.
The way he comes out with the robe and everything.
You have a good point. He really is of a different time, but he really is he was a heel. He came out, shocked everyone, and beat Tanahashi for the belt. His 4th title reign, he made history with 12 successful defenses.
He's the best tournament champion ever.
That's a good comparison, Phil. I never thought of that before, but Flair and Okada really are. Yeah, that's a good comparison. It really is.
Honest question: do you think New Japan would allow Tanahashi for his one final match to go outside of the company and come to WWE and do a special match with John Cena?
Well, the thing is about that is that even though he's retiring from the ring, he's still management for New Japan,
He's
and
the president. He's the official. It's not a label. He really is the president, and he's the perfect guy to do it.
New Japan, and since he's got a working relationship
Yeah,
with AEW, it's not gonna happen.
it's not. It's not.
Would we like to see it? Yes. but
Yeah, I'd love
will it
to
happen?
see it.
No.
I'd love to see it, but it won't. It won't.
It'd
And
be a beautiful match, I think. I mean, it'd be like giving both guys their flowers at the same time.
oh, I could tell you. Here's exactly what I would do. I would have had, and I'm going to use New Japan because I'm going to say because Cena was away from the company, he could have went to New Japan, but I would have had them both come out and just kind of stare at each other and be, and the people already thinking about it. One week I'd have had Tanahashi come out in the jorts and the shirt and the hat like Cena. Then the next week I'd have had Cena come out in the robe and all like Tana. And then they would have had their match and then they would have shook hands and both been like, each other. It would have been cool.
It would have been beautiful.
It would
I
have
think
been,
they could have done it right at. Ooh, dude, they could have done it at War Games.
and a lot of people are bitching because they wanted Nakamura and Okada to have. It's the same thing Josh just said. Nakamura is contracted to WWE. They let him go do the match with Muta because it was Noah, not New Japan, who's a partner with AEW. And
Yeah.
the sad thing here is this would have been a big blow to AEW if this would have happened. But in 2017, when Gato and New Japan wanted a partnership with WWE, and Vince was like, hell no, I don't care about that. That would have made Brian would have never left WWE. That would have changed the whole game, and you wouldn't have the talent you have in AEW. Short of somebody getting mad and leaving, that would have been wild if they would have got. And today, I think Triple H would have taken that partnership. That would mean AEW would have to take a Noah. They wouldn't have New Japan and the talent. That'd be wild.
It would be a big fuck you if Tanahashi goes around and sells going into
Well, it wouldn't be Tanahashi's Bushi Road that owns the
Yeah.
It'd be a big fuck you. It would be a huge fuck you to everybody.
Tana's pretty much the nice guy. Keeps it. He does okay's decisions. Comes like, how about this, that. Make sure the company's treated with respect. I wish they'd have a little more respect than what AEW does to them, but yeah,
But
we're
what
gonna.
else do we have? What else do we have to talk about, gentlemen?
We talked about a lot this show. A lot of great points. A heavy talk wrestling talking show. Slight touch of football. We really didn't get off subject much. A pretty good show. I know at the end we all have stuff to show off. I know that. So we get to do.
Not really, man. I got some books I bought and I can't even read.
Phil has stuff this week.
I never
and me and
can
Josh.
read. Ugh.
I can't, man. Well, you make fun of me right now all you want, but it's because of my PTSD, man.
Oh,
Bastard.
Oh, we mean you can't read? It was like you start reading and it was like squirrel.
Yes.
Well, Phil does that. Phil does that in everyday life.
It's either squirrel or
Here we
all
go.
the words just mushed together, man, and it's really hard for me to stay on track of reading.
Here's
This is
one I
gonna be
got
my
right here.
squirrel moment right here. Squirrel.
Hey, man, leave my cat alone.
Oh, one comment to Anthony about his what if New Japan was sold to TKO or any company was sold. There's some type of legal restrictions in Japan that you cannot just sell a big wrestling company. Like, I don't know the specifics, but there's some kind of deal where you can't just, they could sell to another Japanese entity, but you can't sell away from the country. And
So
there's this,
foreigner.
yeah, there's it's to protect their
Being westernized.
yeah, yeah, that's why I was worried that Tony Khan would want to get it. And when they showed The Rock with the Rubik's Cube with the New Japan shirt, like he was trying to figure out a legal way around it to get him, because that would really stick it to AEW, I was worried. But I don't think Bushiroad can sell the company, but it would have to be a Japanese entity or something, just like Stardom is now owned by Bushiroad, which Stardom is making terrific money. Sometimes they outsell New Japan. They're the world's number one women's promotion for a reason.
He was just a commissioner, man, as a football. I didn't really. Roger Goodell to me is overrated as a commissioner, but Paul Tagliabue, he Josh could probably vouch for me when I say this. He's probably the more old school type of roughneck. He was more about hard hitting, don't give a damn about protecting the quarterback. Didn't give a shit about protecting any of the players really because they were out there getting all this money. Am I correct on that, Josh?
Pretty much, man. Like he basically he would be compared to almost Dick Bucket, man. It's like go out there and murder somebody.
You're out there getting paid how many millions of dollars, and you want to do what?
It's like I don't care. But like I don't care if your fingernails are painted. Go out there and hit that motherfucker.
Yeah, you got an ingrown toenail. I don't care. I'm paying you $20 million. Go out there and destroy that son bitch. But yeah, I mean that was the commissioner back in the day, man. I mean, when Roger Goodell took over and revamped the whole scheme of things. He revamped the protecting the players, protecting the quarterback, protecting the receivers. I mean, it's all about protecting the players now. And oh my God forbid if you get turf toe. You know, if you get turf toe, you're out for 4 weeks now. Which back in the day, turf toe was a freaking scratch on the knee, and you get back out there and you play.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of started like about what I'm gonna say when everybody started getting sissified about like good 15 years ago. That's why you will never see a player like Brian Urlacher again. Go look at his highlight reel, man. He murdered people. I mean, there's an infamous one where he tackled not Aaron Rodgers. What's the other guy? The guy before him.
Brett Favre?
Brett Favre. Where he hit the shit out of Brett Favre. Got up, he's like, okay, I'm good. Then right when he walked away, he's like, God damn!
Like that beating the Saints gave Brett Favre.
Oh
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Well, hold on before we go any further. You were never a big fan of Japanese wrestling. You gravitated towards the wrestling out of Germany, England, Mexico, and the southern United States. Well, I am from Mobile, Alabama. Phil, up there in the top left-hand corner, he is from Goshen, Mississippi. And he got the Jordan over here to my right, to my left. He is from Louisiana. And the only person you got that is not from the South is Josh. So, yeah, we can actually.
Well, if you look at a lot of European style wrestling, it is similar to Japanese wrestling. They're both very stiff and brutal.
It's a divide between the catcher's catch can style of the UK, the mat wrestling, the grappling, the technical.
I love that stuff.
Which you can get that in New Japan, just like you can get that in CMLL in Mexico. But Japan has the hard hitting, the stronger style that takes years off you, and that's the difference. It's not neither one is known for having the most aerial combat. Even CMLL, a lucha promotion, is not dives and flips. They're way more into the technical stuff.
That's Triple A more in the high dives and the
yeah. AAA and then the AEW people, because Tony Khan likes that, and the Bucks style of wrestling.
You still get a little bit of high dives in CMLL, but they don't overdo it though.
Yeah, they don't overdo it at all. It's very reserved. It's like Mystical might do a spot or two in a match to the outside, but things like that. But it's way more. It feels like real wrestling, like them.
Yeah,
I find CMLL. And to a point, the UK, like Rev Pro, would be more of or Progress, or more of a 75-80% of kind of the same with their own styles. But 75-80%, they could have matches that would look just fine. They could. There's a little more moving in CMLL, less I'm going to hold you and grapple you, like ZSJ does in the same spot and keep changing it. But both can throw in good. There's good stuff. They're all good companies. We know this.
Oh, you watched USW? Did you watch any like AWA as well, Anthony?
USW. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow, man, dude, that's crazy. Junior Seau, yeah, I
Man,
agree.
if you're watching that, geez, you're about my age
Oh
bracket right there,
God,
man.
Junior
Jeez.
Seau. Oh my God, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was years ago. He was one of my favorite football players of all time, too, man. I love Seau, man. Played for the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry, San Diego Chargers. But yeah, he was one of my favorites growing up.
He also
Him
played
and
for the
Lazarus.
Giants as well.
Mm-mm.
Or I know he was friends with he was teammates with Jason Sehorn.
But he used to watch World Class Championship Wrestling and USWA. Jeez, oh Pete, man, you're taking me back
Well,
right there.
well, he's saying he watched the reruns on ESPN, so he could be younger. But I remember ESPN and a couple other networks showing reruns of uh
AWA.
um th- what's the one that Booker T and Steve Ray started in before UWF, right?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah, UWF before WCW. I remember one of those channels having rights to old UWF. I remember one
Yeah, bro.
before WWE got the rights to AWA and to show like some of that stuff with the Crockett era. I remember AWA getting replays. I remember Mid South. I watched Mid South as a kid because I'm from here, and I went to some shows. But yeah, three of the four of us,
So
Southern Rat like Florida Championship Wrestling, Memphis with Jerry Lawler, all of that stuff.
Oh,
We
Holy shit! You're younger than me,
Okay.
dude.
yeah.
You're. I was born August
see, I
26th.
used to, the only way I was able to watch the Southern promotions was because it was on uh like World Class Championship Wrestling and USWA. It was because it was on like not public access, but like the
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
like
Local
other
channels.
channels that was at the prime channels and everything.
Yeah, yeah. And if he was born in 90, that means he didn't get to live through the ECW era. He had to watch the replays of that.
Oh man, you missed one hell of a wrestling era right there.
Especially 90. You could say 95, but I would say 96 to 99, 2000 was amazing. Even up to the end when they lost a lot of people, but yeah, ECW was an experienced man. They could make a 3,000 people in a venue feel like you were at 60,000. That crowd was just into it. It was insane. It was just
Mhm.
you hadn't seen anything like that yet unless you watched what you call in Japan with what's his name, Phil?
FMW.
Yeah, unless you watched FMW or got tapes of that with dead matches and that
You
style,
probably,
because
the best way to watch FNW is probably on YouTube.
some of those
That
matches some have bad quality, but yeah, FMW was the partner, just like WCW was partnered with New Japan, and for some periods in time, WWF would partner with AAA. ECW was partners with FMW. And
Now,
Mike Awesome was one of the people that would go back and forth. Mick Foley, Terry Funk, all those guys would go back and forth.
well, I'm probably like the oldest out of everybody here, and I do know who El Santo is, and it's like that's a legendary luchador right there.
I know the name.
Unfortunately, it's like that he was kind of before my time. Like I think he was already retired when I started watching wrestling. So
I was
Wasn't
4
he
years old when he passed away.
wasn't he before Mil Mascaras or at the same time?
yeah,
Mil Mascaras.
yeah.
Mil
And it's just,
Mascaras was he was the Hulk Hogan of
Yeah.
Lucha
yeah.
Libre, man. I mean,
El Santo or
no, Mil Mascaras, because Mil Mascaras he did
Yeah.
all the movies, he did all the
same
He
with
was
everything with El Santo. So,
he was
I would say El Santo is more of the Hulk Hogan of Lucha Libre right there.
You think so?
If anything,
I would
interesting fact is like when he hit his face his entire career. Did
I would
did not reveal it once until like I think it was like one talk show. He finally revealed himself, and I think like a week later he finally died.
I would call El Santo Bruno San Martino or Dusty Rhodes compared because Mil Mascaras really is the Hulk Hogan. I would call El Santo Bruno or Dusty, maybe even Flair. I would call Mil Mascaras the Hulk Hogan. And then in the 90s, I don't know how y'all realize it or not, Conan was as big as Hulk Hogan in Mexico as
Oh,
a
yeah.
heavyweight.
Oh, yeah.
I
Conan
was
was
saying he's
Conan.
Cuban though.
Yeah, but Conan was considered like Conan had Hogan slash Junkyard Dog in the 80s down here in Mid South. Like he was considered a hero in the Superdome. You know, Junkyard Dog was our Hogan. Mil, Conan was up there. Conan was
Conan,
up there.
Conan was extremely, extremely charismatic in the ring, man.
Well, this is before he had the gangster. This is when he was still
Yeah.
dressing. He was dressing like he was like almost Mayan looking. You know, he was serious. He didn't have the gangster thing going at all yet. And they immediately put him in a match with Flair, going for the U.S. title to give him some respect. And they were like, "Y'all realize this guy's like Hulk Hogan in Mexico?" And they were saying that on the pay per view. Yeah, Conan didn't have the personality yet. He was just over because people liked him, and he was a bigger. You didn't have many luchadors. He was no mask, and he was bigger. He was a bulkier guy. He wasn't the high flying skinny guy. He was a different world.
Yeah, we do review the episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. So, yeah.
Well, I don't think we did the one for Anita.
Anything wrestling that comes out, we try to jump on it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we really do. But
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I don't think
here's-
for Anita.
Yeah,
though,
we
but-
got the top 10 of the late women in 2025 for pro
PWI.
wrestling.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. The PWI, they gave the top women. Phil has a top 10 list of the top
All
women.
right, and I will give them to you right now. Number 1, Mercedes.
No.
Moné.
Wait, Phil. Go
You
from the
fucked
bottom.
it up,
Take
dude.
off.
You fucked it up.
Go from 10 to 1.
All right, number 10, Rhea Ripley.
Bree, she should be on the list.
Number
agree.
9, Naomi.
Naomi? Yeah.
maybe.
For half a year.
I
maybe.
liked her heel turn.
Number 8, Sari, former
Sari.
IW Women's Champion. Number 7, Athena,
Which I think should be higher.
Our Women's Champion. That's
She should
why.
be higher.
She should, but I'll tell you why after Phil tells the list. I'm going to tell you how PWI grades.
Number 6, Io Sky. I agree on that. Number 5, Stephanie Vacour.
Yes. Yeah, she's only going to move up, too.
Number 4, Tiffany Stratton.
I agree with that.
You have to do that. You have to.
Number 3 is Saya Kamatani,
Yes.
the Women's World of Stardom and New Japan Strong Women's Champion.
Right. And that's because
Number
it's
2,
technically.
Toni Storm. Yes. And 1, Mercedes Moné.
No.
That's
Yeah, that's the one we all don't agree with Mercedes. We know
even
she's
he
not-
agrees with. Even Andy's like Mercedes shouldn't be number 1. They're
No.
just doing the thing because of the stupid ass
Honestly,
collector shit. Thank you.
Honestly,
I
I agree with her being on the list.
but not
She should
not
be
in the top
recognized
one.
and everything. But at number 1, no. I mean,
No.
I could think of hell. There's like only 2 AEW people are on there.
Here's a good one for you. What
3
member? Okay,
AEW people are on there.
all right. The list usually for PWI, the list starts now and it runs until the fall and then it stops. Okay, that's your year for how it runs. What memorable matches do any of y'all have that give me one of Mercedes Moné's 5-star memorable matches from the past year? Go ahead, anybody.
I can't give you one.
What about that one match that she had against nobody?
Yeah. I'm not talking about Tony Storm or names or recognition. What's a top quality Bailey versus
She did have
her?
a good match against Toni Storm, which she lost.
But I mean, was it a top? If you had to name 5 women's matches this year from any women which blew you out of the water, Stephanie Vacour style, are you going to have Mercedes versus anybody anywhere on that list?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, no.
No, she's the belt collector. Is it? She's the talent. Her best run was the past year or 2 years when she went to Stardom, and she wrestled the women over there in Japan. She had like 3 bangers or 4 bangers. That's the best she's ever. Short of the Bailey match for Takeover Brooklyn or whatever it was years ago. That's it. She has had no 5-star match. Now, to answer Mike, the rating system in PWI, yes, they cover all the companies. If you just like Stardom got in, WWE almost always gets top billing because they go by your sports entertainment first. So AEW and WWE, and then New Japan and Stardom and Mexico, and then it trickles down. So you're gonna notice in the list how it went AEW, then it went to your girl from Japan, then
Stardom.
WWE. Yeah, and they put Tiffany all the way down at 4 because that's how unproductive. Not claiming the women are horrible wrestlers, but that the other ones were truly better. So I find PWI's rankings way better than Meltzer's fan votes or well, PWI is Bill Apter, isn't it, Phil?
I
Or
don't
not?
know.
All right.
Well, I like it. It's unbiased.
Yeah, I mean, we can go back to '97, and Dean Malenko was the number 1 ranked in the PW 500 for men. Dean Malenko, the U.S. champion WCW. That's pure wrestling skill. Not a big guy. I mean, that was a cool list. DDP would make the list the next year. He had got best improved or newcomer of that year. PWI's lists are pretty good, and I love them because they drive Cornette crazy. Because the minute he sees a Japanese woman in the number 2 and number 3 spot, he loses his mind.
Oh,
So I love
But Flammer, like Anthony's saying that Flammer should be number 1. I can give her a spot on that
You're like,
list.
where the hell is Charlotte?
I can give Flammer a spot on the list, but I can't give her number 1 credibility. I could give her maybe number 7, taking Io Sky's position, but that's it. But Io Sky, she really didn't contribute much either. There wasn't no big matches for her either on that top 10 list.
Yeah,
I think
I
out
like to
of
say
out of everybody, the one that
is in the top 3 is one of the top 3 because she's an up and comer. She went from being a fault. You should go on Meerkat Ultra YouTube and check out who she is.
Who?
She went from being this regular baby face to now this heel, and she's
Who we talking about? Who we talking about, Phil?
Saya Kamatani.
Okay, I didn't know if we were. All right, because Sari being on the list, I agree. She had a terrific run at the top. Just a couple years ago, everybody forgets Julia was This goes back to what we talked about earlier with the title change with Julia and what's her face, stupid woman, Chelsea Green. Julia was ranked number 1 with that killer run she had in Stardom.
Oh yeah.
She was ranked number 1.
No, I don't think it's just you liking Lucha Libre that you want her at number 1. I mean, hell, she might be your number 1 favorite wrestler, and I mean, I know my favorite wrestler, as far as a women's wrestler, isn't, everybody else's cup of tea. It's like, my number 1 wrestler?
Yeah.
Right now, if I had to pick from any promotion, it would be Tiffany Stratton.
I'm going to go Stephanie Vicor.
I'm going with Saya Kamatani.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick at all, Phil. It's not
Thank
a bad
you.
pick at all.
Because she had the underground story. There's a big.
The only reason,
and it just made me. And she went from being the last member of Queen's Quest to basically saying, "Fuck this! I'm joining Hate."
the only reason I'm not putting her higher is because she doesn't have that television platform that WWE and AEW have, and that's why PWI ranks it like they did. I'm surprised Julia got number 1 the year she did. I believe last year was Toni Storm. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
All right, which was deserved. She had a great run, great character, good matches. Can't hate on Tiffany being in the number 4 spot. She's not all fluff and look. She can go. I'd love to see her out of
killer moons. I like that killer moonsault. She perfected it.
The world. That's not a killer. It's the world's prettiest moonsault.
Way better than Charlotte's ugly ass moonsault. Yeah.
Tiffany Stratton.
Sorry, I just had a cough of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Stratton by far is one of the best women's wrestlers out there, and I'm not taking anything away from anyone. But like he said too, though, that she defeated all these legends and all this stuff about Lady Flammer. And Lady Flammer, she has beaten a lot of legends as being the heel. But like I said, I can give her Io Sky's position because personally, Io Sky, in my opinion, doesn't deserve that position at all.
I agree. I agree.
Man, she's
But-
good. She's good, but
Yeah, Lady
I
Flamingo.
mean, no, they just should. They should. If anything, they should have put. I can name quite a few other ones like Harley Cameron. Even though she's she's like the female jobber, but damn it, she's talented.
She's
got
good.
talent,
She's
and
probably a top 50, top 60.
She's the Barry Horowitz, Josh.
I think it's more, a little bit better than Barry Horowitz.
I mean, he was enhancement talent, but he was solid. Two women, Phil. How about you give us the two women from CMLL that's gonna grace their presence in the top 10 in the future?
Probably it's Catalina and also Persephone.
Both of those women, wait till they get their hands on the title. They're gonna be entering that top. Those two women have charisma and they're good.
They're the youngest women they have in CMLL,
and they're amazing already. So they got futures.
Them together, and also here's another one I would look out for in Stardom. Bozilla.
Oh yeah, I got to see her a couple of times. Yeah, she's man.
That's a big woman.
Dude, during this past weekend, Megan Bain returned to Stardom, and she went face to face with Bozilla. Two fucking Amazons.
Yeah, I would love to see Bozilla, or I'd love to see Nia Jax try her bullshit with Bozilla, and Bozilla knock the hell out of her. I would love to see that. Like she pulls one of her real moves, and Bozilla just slaps the shit out of her, drop her on her head.
That's who Bozilla is. She looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about, Bozilla.
She's in Stardom right now, and she's part of this. She's part of this team called this faction called Mi Vida Loca. And Mike, where are you?
He's on a phone.
He's got a call.
Oh.
Booty call.
One of my favorite and also has one of my favorite deathmatch wrestlers in Rina Yamashita. She's kind of taking a break from deathmatch and actually doing more of the strong style stuff because
he's a fucking heel.
I mean, look what it did to El Desperado. Look what those.
Yeah. Despy has earned some scars in the past 5 years.
From those deathmatch wrestlers, especially going against the Crazy Monkey, Jun Kasai.
Yeah, he's done some other stuff on the side outside of New Japan, some more hardcore matches that really messed him up. So yeah, he was pretty beat up the other night when I saw him.
Those scar tissues, I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet her too. So.
Dude, Rina Yamashita?
No, I got to touch her too.
Yeah. Who?
Yeah. Yamashita.
Rina Yamashita?
Yeah.
She's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think Mina should have been put on that top 10 just for making other women look good.
So,
yes.
Well, here goes Mike.
Oh, by the way, Mike, you know the reason why you haven't seen Rina Yamashita in GCW because she's been in Stardom a lot.
That's a great thing, and I'm sorry I had to take that. That was my woman calling me, telling me that she's.
Well, the reason why she needs to take a break from the deathmatch wrestling. That's why.
I told you he had a booty call.
Well, you understand look what it did to El Desperado. The deathmatch wrestling did, Mike.
Oh, I don't know how much of that Mike kept up on. I know that Mike he passed out that night, but he got to watch the IWGP Women's Heavyweight title match, and he was like, bro, what the fuck? He was like, these women are killing each other. And yes, they were. The Sari versus Sari.
Yeah, Sari versus
Sari is actually, speaking of which, Sari is facing Saya Kamatani for it's title versus title. She's
We're going to have to watch that. We're going to have to watch that.
It's her New Japan Strong Women's Championship versus
do you think they get with the seemingly death of Strong, even though we're gonna have there's a US show up in the Northeast coming up in January or February.
Just like just like that. Yep.
You think they're gonna phase out these strong titles and merge them and get rid of them?
I don't know.
I'm thinking that might be. I mean, I mean, they asked, somebody asked the question the other night, who is the strong champion right now? Does anybody remember? And you and a few people said Ishii. I had completely forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Ishii was no. Well, that was the last one I remember being strong champion. So
They're not defending him. The goal was, and COVID and AEW fucked all this up. But the goal was after AEW was created, and it wasn't going to be able to have a main TV show like Dynamite, which was the goal for AEW. I mean, for NJPW, back since like 18, before they lost everybody. They decided to do a streaming show every Friday where you could watch Strong. It would be an hour of TV that you could watch in English over here in the States. And people like John Moxley and all that went fight over there. And they created a men's title, a women's title, tag belts, shit like that. And it's just they don't have a network. There's no way for it to really take off, and they don't have the plan was you were gonna have Omega, Jay White, the Bucks, all these guys run this US based show while Japan still had, and you could cross talent. And all that got destroyed when Tony Khan decided to be a greedy fuck and start his own company and cut out and pretty much steal New Japan's plan.
be right back. Keep going, I can hear you.
No, well, that's all I had to say about it. I mean, but I think Strong's going to be phased out, and the titles. I think they're gonna merge them, and they're just going to get rid of the Strong titles, and they're going to merge them with the New Japan titles that are equivalent. That's what I think's going to happen.
Miss Olympia is a badass. I have to agree.
Also, any young lions you see doing well in the WWE system for New Japan, either male, female, well, they don't have any females, young lions. So
yeah, you have to go to Stardom, and they have their version of Young Lions for the
they
girls.
call it New Bloods.
Yeah, they have the new blood over there, but yeah, that's a way of life that you have to you get paid nothing. You live in the dojo, you wash the wrestlers' clothes, you set up the ring and break it down, and you train. And then once they decide you're good enough, then you have to, or at least in New Japan, you have to leave and go on excursion for 1 year. You have to leave the company, and you're allowed to come up with a character to be able to use moves that are you're not limited to. Because in New Japan, the only submission you're allowed to use as a young lion is a Boston Crab. You're not allowed to use any other submissions to beat your opponent. And so once you go on excursion, you have to go to either a partner of New Japan or another company. You're allowed to come back after 1 year. And that's so the New Japan Lion system works just like college football. You start, you get trained, you become something, and then you go off, you make a name for yourself, then you could come back with a personality. You're allowed to have character. Years ago, you weren't even allowed to have long hair. Everybody had to have the shape, the very clean cut, black trunks only. You're not allowed to have a personality. You're working your way up. That's how these guys have so much respect for the business. This is where people like Wheeler Yuta come from. Like the minute he was done, he went on excursion and never came back. He's in AEW. But that's so pretty much you have to have the Shibata look almost, the black tights, pretty much that the way Shibata looks is the way all of your young lions looked at. Well, they let him do a little more with their hair now, but that's what's going on.
Yes,
like a red shirt in college football.
He's right. That's what it is. It's pretty much your proven ground. You're working to build, to learn your craft, to go off, to become better, and then you'll be able to make some money. And the sky's the limit. How good you are and your character and what you can do in a ring will make you. And you can also go to whatever company. But that's how it works. They quit doing it. They used to have the trials. And when you were a lion, you had to fight 7 matches against regular talent. And then they would decide if you passed the grade.
They also had a Young Lions tournament too, didn't they? The Young Lions Cup?
That was a joke. That they called that the C Cup because the line at the time there was so much talent, that people would be kind of pushed down. They didn't have lines in the tournaments like they do today when they need them. So they were kind of like, well, we're having this fake kind of CD Cup. The lines always the class, and it goes by the class. You have each generation in a class, and they become enemy. They have to live with each other and get along, but they have to fight hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times against
They're
each
like
other
Jay
in the
White
ring.
and Juice Robinson.
That's a great comparison. Both of them were the same class. Naito and Yoshihashi were the same class. You know, got people like Okada, Minoru Suzuki, who's a grandpa. Was a young lion in 1988 fighting Antonio Inoki with him telling him, "Come on, boy." You know,
New
They're-
blood
they're-
you guys like see picking up. That's a tough one.
who is the Starbridge, the young lion or new blood guys could see picking up. Triple H has wanted a lot of. In 17 and 18, he offered all the big names, even Juice Robinson again, to go back, and they all told him, "Fuck you." He wanted his life goal for years was to sign Okada, and I was like, Vince will never give him Okada. At that time, Okada was guaranteed a $3 million deal a year, plus he would collect on the live gates. So Okada could go for making $4 to $6 million a year when he was on top. That's good money. That's good
Hold on,
money because
hold on,
you don't have
hold
to
on.
tour the world.
He ain't talking about main stars. He's talking about young lions. Like, who would you see joining from the
Well-
young lion or the new blood group going to the WWE?
That's the problem. When you learn the New Japan style, it's not the WWE sports entertainment style at all. You're not taught to look at where the cameras are, in NXT. You're taught to fight way harder. You have to dumb it down, just like all these women that are in NXT now from Stardom and from they have to tone it down because you have to wrestle that many times a year. You don't get to just
Plus,
go out there.
they're afraid you might injure someone who has no experience in stardom. They're
Yeah,
precious like NILs because they don't want to injure their precious little NILs.
yeah. It's a different world. You have to. It's a different style of demand to learn how to wrestle the WWE.
Plus, you're wrestling
style.
with a lot of. Plus, if I'm correct, a lot of the wrestlers are wrestling a lot of greenhorns too.
Yeah, that's where a lot of injuries come, and it
And
does.
it
Cause,
happened to Kenta as well.
he
Because
got
wrestled
injured
a lot of greenhorns.
non-stop because he was used to working a style, and when you go on that hard and you try to turn your body or your hips, and things are gonna pop, things are gonna snap. I mean, that Kenta left and went to New Japan for the first time in his life because he's a Noah guy. He left NXT with all the injuries. He never got injured one. He fell off a 25-foot ladder face first into a garbage can.
He hasn't got injured since
He
Vinci
he
went back.
fell
to
face first into the corner of the garbage can and slid all of that. Then Tanahashi put him through the table and cut his back. He was out a week to
Right.
recover, and he was back. He never got injured after he left NXT. Never. He was wrestling with people that know how to
You
move.
don't think any of the young lions or new bloods right now that y'all see, you don't think any of them could go to the WWE or AEW to pick up anything quick?
Oh, the one guy right now, if I was Triple H, I'd be fighting to go after would be Bars. Say it, Phil.
Buzz!
Yeah, that dude from Kakistan or whatever it is, like that guy.
Kazakhstan. His
What's
name's
it-
Bolton Oleg.
Bolton Oleg would be. He's built. He's a big guy. He's not Japanese. He would have to be taught how to talk at a little more charisma, but it's there. He's that guy.
Beep, 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 beep,
All right. Not Hiromu. And the other guy, he quit wrestling. He left. He left as just was with the War Dogs just after graduating Young Lions. Triple H would have killed that. That guy was so I mean, imagine somebody not as big as Brock, but as strong as Cesaro, if not stronger, but can wrestle like Chris Benoit.
I wouldn't say that is fair because the way that the strong style, they teach you how to fall properly, which in WWE, they teach you how to fall and they teach you how to brace yourself and they teach you how to do moves, but they don't
sissify you.
teach you. They don't teach you everything.
Yeah, they want you to. They have a style because they're on the road 300 something days a year, and that's why your main eventers in WWE, like a John Cena, like a Hogan, like Roman Reigns, they have 5 simple moves that there's not much for them to do to pull something. The hardest thing they have to do is take bumps on the ring, and yeah, it does wear you down and hurt you, but that's why you don't see top rope leg drops. and things like Hogan has said for years, if he'd have known the physical trouble he had in the last 20 years of his life, he'd have done the big boot and never done the leg drop as a finisher.
So it didn't work for me, brother.
Not to mention the old WWF rings when they had ropes before the steel cables that they adopted from, and the more springy ring which they
They
adopted.
still
from
do
WC.
like those nylon ropes and everything. They don't do actual like ropes like the like other wrestling.
No, they took WCW's metal cable ropes, which have some flexibility, and they took the more flexible ring because it's easier on the body. When they bought WCW, they incorporated that in. An easy way to tell is if you go back and watch the old Attitude Era before, watch Undertaker or watch anybody come off the ropes of WWF and watch how loose they are. They're loose as hell, and none of you Eddie Guerrero people or Benoit, they couldn't work with those ropes because they're used to being able to bounce off those steel cables, which hurt like a motherfucker. But with the changing styles and Rey Mysterio and all these guys coming in, they needed a ring. Plus, it saves you. Undertaker used to say all the time, that damn boxing ring WWF had was, he said the worst thing was landing on that ring. He said it hurt so much, no give. He said that's half of his leg
I think
trouble.
Alex Coughlin would be a good WWE NXT.
Alex Coughlin would have. That's the guy I was thinking of that I couldn't. When I just said earlier, not as big as Brock, but as strong. I'm not stronger than Cesaro. If I'd have been Triple H, I'd have been all over that guy. You just teach him how to be a sports entertainer, talking wise. But he was just the power moves he did. I mean, just insane. I mean,
he kept that mustache too. You would have had a character, especially with those face, especially with that mustache. It was just hilarious.
I've never seen anybody do Northern Light suplex, and
he looked like the old school manly man when he had the mustache.
Bro, you know how hard it is to pick up a 200-something pound man and above to just bridge in, like straight up standing up, suplex them and into a perfect bridge on your toes backwards, like it's nothing without losing a breath. I mean, I was waiting for Triple H to be all over that. That guy makes Braun Breaker look like a pussy. That dude was it's a shame he retired. It's a shame he retired, but the modern day guy, I would say, is Bolton. If they could teach him how to talk and do more, he's got the look. He's big. He's agile. He's a guy you could mold. Bolton, I think, would be the guy of the modern crop of line. Well, even though he's not a line anymore, he just he made history. Bolton was supposed to go on excursion like most lines. He won they call it the Neverweight Trios title. He won that, and that automatically qualified him to stay in the company. And then he won the Never Openweight Championship. So he doesn't have to go on excursion. He's made history, and he lost the title to Evil, but he's still there. He doesn't have to leave, and he gets a personality. And he comes out with like the animal cloak, like Kragan or something like that. Like but he would be the guy that. Is Bolton a little bigger than Gunther? Or they're I don't know if Bolton has the exact height of Gunther. He's not short, but he's a beefy, big, young guy, and he's got time to cook. Triple H could wait 5 years before even having Sean call him up to say, "Hey, you want to come to NXT?" And they could keep him for 2 or 3 days. He's still got plenty of time. He's nowhere near 30 yet.
All right, guys. So it's getting a little late now. So I think we got some stuff to show off. So
yeah, it's time. You want to? I guess Mike should go first, and then Phil has some stuff too.
All I have is books.
Well, then go first since you got the least.
All right, cool. Books.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Yes. Thank you, Mike.
Come on, Mike. Show the books.
Dude, it's the Wheel of Time. It's just not even the whole. It's a box set of 3. And I can't even read the damn things because everything's mush. But that's the first book. Okay. I'm still in the first book.
Take your time. It'll work. All right. Phil, what you got anything cool to show off?
Oh yeah, I just collected for my Absolute Batman collection.
Oh, okay.
Absolute Batman issue 11 and 12.
Other side, yeah.
Check out Absolute Bane.
Huh. Yeah, and I see the Watchmen in the background.
Here's Absolute Killer Croc.
Nice.
Nice.
I cannot wait to get the controversial issue where he beats up white supremacists. That's gonna be hilarious.
Is that everything you got, Phil?
No, I also got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 2D HD remake. I need to get 3 because I found out it's the prequel to these 2 games.
Oh, for the
Nice.
Switch. Okay, cool.
Is that
Yeah,
everything, Phil?
well, not yet. Here's I gotta show this. This is pretty cool. It has like the original Japanese covers of of the games
Cool.
Nice. Nice.
for back when it was released on the. You probably remember these games as Dragon Warrior, Mike.
Yep, NES.
Yeah, it was released over here in the U.S. as Dragon Warrior, and it had like more like typical D&D Western D&D art. I like this. This is the cure. I also got me a couple of movies. I got Ballerina, the spinoff of John Wick,
Nice.
the Toxic Avenger unrated,
No.
and The Violent Nature. This is a good movie. This is like really hard to find.
Okay.
It's a really good slasher movie. It kind of it's basically one thing I like about it though. It when you watch it, it's in like standard TV mode.
Awesome.
You don't see many sort of like how you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Nice.
Who's next?
Go, Josh.
All right. Okay, cool. So I just picked these up.
All right, you're done. Congratulations.
Ooh,
Starship Troopers.
Ah,
Nice.
Picked up
I guess
almost
you missed.
the whole set.
I'm guessing you missed the night that yes, it is available, but Captain Spaulding came up for $15.99 on Coleco.
Nice.
he's a real nut buster. Hey, that's
Actually,
Big
the original Funko Pop of Captain Spaulding, man, that goes for some money. I've only seen it once. I had this one collector guy who had it. The box was destroyed.
They had 3 new ones, and they all sold.
you got
That's the newer ones that came out. So, but also, I finally got them in the mail.
Danzig's first album. My house.
Aha! He got his finally.
Yes,
Joy.
finally came in the mail. Actually, the first 3, I'm a big fan of because it has all the songs that I like.
Right.
You know, Mother, 777, Her Black Wings, and everything.
Yep. 2 is so underrated.
Oh yeah.
2, I fight with myself all the time. What's better, 1 and 2?
That's 3 right there.
Yeah, that's Glenn's personal favorite 3.
H.R. Geiger.
Yep.
But what really surprised me, it was like when I was about ready to play to 4, and I was like, should I open this? I was like, should I do a preview of this, like on YouTube or anything? Because I was thinking about selling this because I was looking at track list like I don't know none of these songs.
It's a different. That's actually what drove the band apart was that album because Glenn wanted to go so different.
Yeah.
And
so what I did is like instead of opening it is like I did the one thing is I went on YouTube and I looked up all the songs and I was like listen to it and I was like wow, this is a really really good fucking album. Like I was really generally surprised. I was like
that's actually the one they were on that album when they blew up because Beavis and Butthead got the video and they had there's an EP, Thrall, Demon Sweat Live combined. I don't know if that was ever made on. I don't think that was ever made on vinyl, but that re-released Mother that's actually what blew up Mother before '88. Yeah. So the Danzig 4 era is actually where Danzig blew up.
Yeah. But I was really surprised at that album. It was like how much because I was actually considering it's like, man, I don't know none of these tracks. I was thinking about throwing it on eBay because I was seeing it's going for some money. And I was like, well, let me cruise around YouTube and see if I can find the whole album. I listened to the whole album. I'm like, it was a really good fucking album.
Well, you know what you got to do. You know what you got to do. You know what you got to do now, Josh. Right?
What?
You need the double album, The Lost Tracks of Danzig, which is the entire first I have it. The entire first disc is the original band between 2 and 3. Unreleased song.
Are you talking about like what is it called? Someone?
Yeah.
I can show it to you. I actually have it right. Well, I'll wait
Well,
because it's on Josh.
all right. So this the last one I got to show is like I picked this up.
Ah,
Who Wants to Live Forever? And also has
Yes,
Prince of the
basically
Universe.
this right here says Queen, A Kind of Magic. For those who don't know, this is the soundtrack to the Highlander movie.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
So this whole entire album is basically the soundtrack to the Highlander movie.
All right. I don't think I've ever seen that one, dude. That vinyl.
Yeah, it's like because I just picked up Queen Flash Gordon, and it's like, you know what? I don't have the one to
Highlander.
yeah. So it's like and I had to look for it. I was like, where can I find all these tracks at? And it's like they're all on this album right here. So
That's
There
a
you
great
go.
album. That's one of my favorite. Yeah, that's some of my favorite Queen songs on there.
and for some reason we are paused on YouTube for
Mine's running right now. I have I always put the show on the TV on YouTube. Y'all are good?
hold on. Okay, yeah, here we go. Live. Okay, we're good.
All right. This is what you're gonna have to get now, Josh. Now, there's different variants. You probably it goes for more money now. I got mine brand new for under $50 years ago, but this was held up for forever by Rick Rubin, and they finally got the rights and agreed. But this is the lost tracks of Danzig, right? This
I like
one
the
is
artwork.
oh yeah, it's cool. This one is there's only 500 of this. This is blue marble vinyl. I can show it to you, but there's only 500 of these that were made. There's a huge book inside with Danzig talking about every song, a little history on it. This is all unreleased stuff that never happened on any other album, but they're beautiful discs if you want to see.
Oh, geez, that's nice.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
there's only 500 of these blue marbles. You could probably get the black, but the disc one is entirely the original band between Danzig 2 and 3. The final two tracks are Jerry Cantrell playing guitar on Danzig 5, the techno album that blew ass. But so the first disc is perfect. The second disc is Danzig after those guys left of things he didn't do or release at the time.
Mhm.
And that goes anywhere from the era of 6, 7, 8 album wise. So not when he got good again, but the songs aren't bad if you like Danzig. You're not just short of those two tracks I told you about with the industrial bullshit. The rest is rocking Danzig with different people. But if you come across this for $50 or under, especially if you get one of the variants, but you might be able to find the black ones, but I think they jumped in price a lot. When I saw this, I jumped. I think I paid $45 and it was sealed. But
Nice.
all right, let's get on to what we got. I have a bunch of stupid nice stuff, but I'm not showing all that tonight because it'll be too much. Y'all gonna have to wait as the weeks go on because I have 3 boxes behind. But what I will show today, this is gonna be half classic, half metal, or a little bit, but a little bit of everything. But right here I got Tommy Valentine for $5. This is like a jazz blues album. I just grabbed it's a 1972 OG. Then this is another old school jazz album. Dude from Algiers, so this is more New Orleans type stuff. Kid Thomas, which this is a 1967. This was going for $15. I got it for $7.50, so I was like, yep, give it. And one more blues album. What we got? Lowell Fulson. I got this for $9. This is a 1984 French import.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this went for it's in EX condition too, so just below mint. This was they had it listed for 18. I talked them down. Then this is interesting. This wasn't expensive, but I had to. This is the music of Bach, but played on a mini Moog.
On a what?
On a Moog, a mini Moog, like a classic synthesizer.
Oh,
Like
okay.
old analog. Like I have one. They cost so much because they're handmade. Yeah, this thing was like 15. I got it for 750. I was like, I want that because I play classical music and this is all gonna be on a fucking Moog. I'm like, that's gonna sound wicked as shit. All right, next stack. Like I said, I'm only gonna show some stuff because I've got it's gonna be metal and shit. Next week I've got auctions, expensive shit that I have to pay for. We got a Jeff Beck here, which I've been grabbing these because they're not that expensive, like $15. I paid 10. We have metal coming. I'll just hang on. This proto metal. This is a 1970 white label promo. This is Blue Cheer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I got for $15. Yeah, this was set for $30, and nobody wanted to grab it. And I'm like, that's Blue Cheer. That's proto metal. You know that's like
Well-
MC5. That's all right before Sabbath. That's like Cream.
We lost Phil for a minute.
Oh shit. All right then. All right. Well, Phil would like to see this one. This I got for they wanted 20 for this. This is a 2010 reissue. I forget what I paid for it. I probably paid 15 for this or whatever. This is Motorhead Hammered.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is the modern era, the last era, longest era of the band with Phil Campbell on guitar and classic Mickey D on drums. This is a good one. It's not a bad album at all. And while I was speaking of that era of Motorhead, and this actually came with an entire CD with it for $20. This is Bad Magic.
I actually have that album. That's the last album that's the last Motorhead album ever.
Yeah, I grabbed that because it wasn't a bad. These were that was sealed, by the way. Then we have. I've been wanting to get this. This was an album I needed because I like the band. This is a UK pressing. This was 35. I got it for 28. It's Thin Lizzy Renegade.
Oh,
Nice.
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 Yeah. It's one I'd been wanting, and it came up, and I was like,
Was that with the classic songs, or is that like?
this one has not that Angel of Death, but Angel of Death, the song Renegade, The Pressure Will Blow, Leave the Town, Hollywood, No One Told Him, Facts, Mexican Blood, and It's Getting Dangerous. So this is like the classic era after they blew up. So it's not, Jailbreak is on Jailbreak. Johnny the Fox is on Johnny the Fox, But I do have other Thin Lizzy and others that arrived. Yes, Josh, I found he wanted $40 for this, and it's used. I did not pay $40 for it. I paid 35, and I love that there's a $2.40 sticker on there from the old days.
Lord.
I finally
You
got
got the coda. You got that coda?
Yes, I did. And with you sending me that last Zeppelin, that's going to be it. I'm going to have every Led Zeppelin album.
All right. I'll get to that after you get done.
And one final, I pulled this out of my most recent arrivals that I haven't listened to yet, but I had to show this off. Are y'all ready for this?
Let's see it.
The very last album he made before his death, the very last single. It's Dio, it's Heaven and Hell,
Oh,
Sabbath. It's the Bible Black single from the Heaven
you
and
got
Hell
one that
album.
got that?
Yes, I am. It was $21. I got that, and the B side is Live Neon Nights from first track off of the old Heaven and Hell album. From Radio City Music Hall, and yes, it's mine and it's not yours.
Oh, bastard.
Which
Yeah,
is his.
Yep. What's my? Well, you know what? While we're here, let's look at it. I've never opened it yet. Oh, and it comes in a nice. It comes in a sleeve in plastic. So yes, and probably it's gonna be eat off of condition. Let's see. Little dusty. I see no marks. This thing was probably played once and collected dust. It looks very nice.
Damn, I didn't even think they made 45 still.
They still do.
Oh yes, they do. They sell. I picked up a bunch. That I'm gonna be getting in an order. I got an original John Lennon Woman coming, white label.
Nice.
He had 3 of them for $7. I said, give me one. But I have the other night he went crazy on the 45s because he ran out of auctions. We jumped in on there. We got in on that.
Yeah, I still can't buy anything yet because I still got one more invoice I gotta pay. I paid one, and it's gonna be coming with probably by the end of the week or maybe even beginning of next week. But
Yeah.
also, I got one more invoice to pay. Then I can jump back on.
Yeah. Or you had a good talk with Hatchet Ed, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you keep in contact, they're pretty good about it. It's the people that ghost them that they're like, fuck you.
But
Yeah,
gentlemen, it's been an awesome night tonight.
it has.
Thank you again, Anthony, for subscribing to the channel. We do appreciate it. We do love it.
We
keep
appreciate all your
contacting
questions
us.
too. So kind of.
Dude, for real, man. That
Just
was
don't
epic.
say what's his face's name.
Oh, whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, if you're not
Annoying.
watching Ringside Rants, ladies and gentlemen,
So if you're not watching Ringside Rants, motherfuckers,
wow, you're gonna make me say it tonight?
you're doing
You're
life
doing
wrong,
life
brother.
wrong.
And we're just not food for the for the stomach or the mouth. Where
Food for the ears, baby.
damn
That's right.
fucking right.
That's right. And just like I showed y'all with this last single we got from Dio when that man was dying of stomach cancer, what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine too, and Josh didn't get it. Yeah.
Does anyone have a fun fact about the Repo Man?